Stadium, where the Tucker Tigers will entertain the ML King Lions in a big DeKalb County rivalry.
And injuries have plagued the Tigers early this season. So far right now, they're sitting at 2-2. And the ML King Lions, their defense playing aggressively. You can bet both are hungry for a win tonight.
I'm Larry Smith. Also coming up, our Extra Point segment, all the keys to tonight's game.
And I'm Matt Stewart. Coming up in our College Football Hall of Fame recruiting segment, we'll tell you about the Tucker quarterback who's decided to play at Harvard. You're going to want to watch. He might be your boss someday.
He just might be. Tonight it's the Tucker Tigers. It's the ML King Lions. The All Access Pass pregame show is coming your way next, live on GPB. You are looking live at Hallford Stadium, where the rain keeps coming down. Tonight, the two-time state champion Tucker Tigers of Coach Brian Lamar will take on Coach Nicholas Kashama's MLK Lions in a huge DeKalb County rivalry. The Tucker program dating back to 1949, and the Tigers have amassed over 500 wins. ML King kicked off its program back in 2002 and has won 116 games and 4 region titles. Hi again, everybody. I am Mark Harmon. Welcome to Football Fridays in Georgia All Access Pass pregame show.
And I'm Jackie Britton. Tonight, the Tucker Tigers have a very challenging schedule so far this season. They come in with a 2-2 record, while the ML King Lions are 1-2 and looking to bounce back into the win column. But before we get to all of that and all the details of the game, we want you to know this is a multi-screen broadcast. That means you can interact with us not just on the television, but in the social media world. If you go to the App Store, type in GPB Sports. It's completely free. If you consider yourself a high school football fan, this is the app for you. And as you can see, we've already had some feedback from Dre Thomas, who says that the greatest birthday gift he can get today is a win against Tucker. So may God be with us, is what he says. He's tweeting at us right now. You guys can do that all night long. Tweet us at GPB Sports on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also the newest platform that we have is Snapchat. That way you can see all of the behind-the-scenes action going on here on set at the game, and there's plenty for you to get involved with, so interact with us, send us photos, tell us who you're watching tonight, and all that and more coming up later. Mark, back to you.
Thanks so much, Jackie. Tonight's game is a great matchup between the Tucker Tigers and the Lions of ML King. Just a ton of talent will be on the field tonight, and our play-by-play team of Matt Stewart and Larry Smith are going to check out the action. A little X's and O talk, a little chalk talk. Time for a segment we call Extra Point.
All right, thanks. And time now to take a look at our Extra Point, the keys to tonight's ballgame. Larry, let's start with the Tucker Tigers, and they want to do a better job of pitch and catch.
Yeah, they want to really establish the vertical game, if you will. They've already established the run, done very well with that, but they really feel their key to success tonight and moving forward. Find a way again to get some yards through the air.
Yeah, they're averaging over 300 yards rushing per game, but less than 100 yards passing per game. And they also, on the defensive side, want to improve their tackling.
Yeah, well, they play so many young players with all of the injuries that we're going to talk about throughout the game. So many injuries right now, a lot of youth right now. Fundamentals, wrap guys up, and really try to stop this offense.
And they've been gashed by the run. They're giving up over 200 yards rushing per game. Now, for the MLK Lions, they don't want to beat themselves with mistakes.
Yeah, we saw what happened last year on this same field. Hold on to the ball. Don't kill yourself. Give yourselves a chance to get a win.
Yeah, and turnovers and penalties and jumping off sides on third down,
mental
giving
stuff.
Teams first downs has been a big problem for them their first 3 games of the season. And they also want to meet Tucker's intensity level.
Yeah, they know that they're going to come in and play. Coach Lamar does such a great job. See this as a litmus test. Challenge the players. Hey, listen, how good are you tonight? And Lions about to find out.
Yeah, last 2 games they've been outscored by Tucker, 111-34. But Coach Kashama showed them video of the 2012 game when they beat Tucker 24-17. That's a look at tonight's Extra Point.
All right, thanks, guys. And do you know what's in your burger? Well, earlier this week, we were in downtown Decatur to see why one restaurant is giving the traditional old cheeseburger a facelift. There's a place in downtown Decatur that's famous for its burger. That's Farm Burger. They are known for the farm-to-table style philosophy. So what does that mean? Exactly. Let's go find out. Farm Burger started in Decatur, Georgia. It's the first of their 6 locations, ranging from here to North Carolina and California. But it's not your typical burger joint. Owner George Frangos had a vision to be different in the way their food is made.
All our animals are humanely raised. They're all raised here locally in Georgia. They're free of antibiotics, growth hormones, any extra feeds and grains that really the animals don't need at all. So it's also better for the environment, and it actually has better health benefits for you too.
But don't be fooled, they do a lot more than burgers, adding a little southern flair to their dishes.
We do have a southern spin to all of our restaurants, so you'll see collard greens on our menu, you see fried okra, and with our grits, we make them all here in the house, and from time to time we'll change what we're going to top them with.
And I had a chance to slip into the kitchen and make their Southern Fall Special, the number 5 topped with squash. And then I'm going to smush it down. That's good.
Well, I think it's good. You like it?
I love it. You know what's funny is I can actually taste the grass-fed cows.
Okay.
And an emphasis on quality, value, and community are only a few of the ingredients that make Farm Burgers special. So there you have it. The days of feeling guilty about eating a greasy old cheeseburger are pretty much over. And also, side note, Mark, their shakes are really good too. Write that down.
I'll write it down. That looked very yummy. Now, Nicholas Kashama is in his 2nd season as head coach of the ML King Lions. He's standing alongside our John Nelson for some last-minute inside info. John?
Yeah, let's see if we can get some inside info from the coach. What's the week of prep been like knowing that this is one of these big DeKalb County games?
A lot of focus. That's the biggest thing. I told him to focus on us. What we do best as far as go back to the basic. Do the little things right, and don't give them something that we shouldn't be giving them for our penalties, man. We did a lot last 3 games. Eliminate those small things we've been leaving on the field. We should be all right and bring that intensity.
And at the same time, you're using a lot of young guys again this year. What's it been like having those young guys being put in the lineup?
And the young guys showed me something, and they kind of pulled me over time that every time we give them a chance to compete, they went in there and fought, and they show us some heart. And again, I told anybody on the team, if you show me some heart that you want to fight, you want to go in there, you want to go to war for the team, we'll put you in there, and we're taking a shot with them, and hopefully they'll stand out and show out today. But we still have those older guys that still there. They're gonna come in and rotate, but we start with no younger guys.
All right, thanks for your time. We'll see you in a little bit.
All right, thank you.
That's the early word from Nick Kashama, Mark, and Jackie. Back over to the set.
Thanks, John. Reports show that 25% of Americans have a mental health condition. Mental illness can affect anyone. That includes teenagers. So joining me now to discuss that topic is Dr. Robert Hamilton of Cigna. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Well, thank you for having me.
First, I want to ask you, teen years is time of changes, as we all know about that, but what can parents look for in their child to see signs of depression that might be hard to see?
And that's the first challenge for parents and for teens, to really recognize and differentiate what is normal teen development from potentially signs and symptoms of depression and anxiety at an illness level. Things like changes in sleep patterns, changes in appetite, changes in energy, social isolation, withdrawal, just like normal teens.
Right.
So it's really hard to differentiate that and distinguish, but it's really key to try to look for severe aspects of that, major changes in those areas.
And it's important, too, for parents to take their child seriously, but also not to overreact so much.
Right, absolutely. The thing you want to do is make sure if you do recognize any of those changes or signs, you want to sit down. Kids are uncomfortable talking about it. Adults are uncomfortable talking about it. But you want to go ahead and broach the subject as the parent and make them talk to you a little bit, even though they don't usually want to talk much.
What's the best way that parents can access help if they're concerned about their child having a mental illness?
I think the first thing to do is most people are concerned and get nervous when they talk about psychiatrists or psychologists or all that. So I'd start with your family doctor, the pediatrician, talk to them a little bit about what you've noticed as a parent, and then potentially have the young person come in and talk with them behind closed doors, maybe without you in the room, where they'll really reveal their feelings.
All right, doctor, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank
Mark,
you.
we'll send it back to you.
All righty, thanks to Dr. Hamilton on a very important subject there. Thanks, John. Getting warmed up tonight. The GPB All Access show continues in just a moment. Matt Stewart's going to drop by to talk college recruiting with us.
And plus, we'll see what fans are talking about on the social media world. And also, John Nelson will be alongside with a very special Czech presentation. That and much more is coming up on our Football Fridays in Georgia All Access Pass pregame show. Will continue right after this.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is made possible in part by Regions Bank. It's time to expect more. Georgia's Electric Membership Corporation, lighting the way. Technical College System of Georgia, learn more, earn more. Cigna, together all the way. And viewers like you, thank you.
You exercise. You choose the salad, occasionally. But staying well, physically, financially, emotionally, is hard on your own. So Cigna's got your back and your knees 24/7. Cigna's there to answer your questions, or when you need some coaching. In sickness and in health, Cigna's there, helping you to get well and stay well. That's having a partner who's with you all the way. Cigna.
Traveler
and outdoors are back to the little something for everybody.
Fantastic natural history, and it starts and ends on a Georgia beach.
Catch all the fun,
action,
and beauty now on Thursday nights.
Georgia Traveler at 8
and Georgia Outdoors at 8:30.
Thursdays on GPB.
Next time on I'll Have What Phil's Having.
It's my first time in one of the most populated cities in the world, Tokyo. I'm gonna find the spiciest ramen.
Whoa.
The sushi of my dreams. Anything and everything that makes this mysterious and amazing place a must-visit destination.
All this and more on the next I'll Have What Phil's Having.
Monday at 10 on GPB.
Welcome back to the GPB All Access Pass pregame show. We're live at Hallford Stadium, gearing up for tonight's big game between the Tucker Tigers and the Lions of ML King.
Important to note that both of these schools have sent a lot of players onto the college level, so a lot of what you're watching on the football field tonight can be indicative of the guys that you'll be watching on Saturdays.
Yeah, talking about watching guys on Saturday, we're going to welcome in our play-by-play man, Matt Stewart, for our College Football Hall of Fame recruiting roundup. And the Tucker Tigers are always loaded year in, year out. It seems they got a senior linebacker that's heading to Bobby Petrino land.
That's right, Tiberius Peterson. ESPN has him rated as a 3-star outside linebacker. He is committed to play for the Louisville Cardinals, Bobby Petrino, and of course former Georgia defensive coordinator Todd Grantham as well. Committed to Louisville over offers from Wake Forest and Iowa, but has told reporters that he would really like to get an offer from Florida State and has visited the Seminoles twice. So it says he might also visit Duke this fall. He's missed close to 3 games this season already with a knee injury, and that's been a big problem for Tucker, and we'll talk about that more as the night goes on, but injuries have been a big problem for the Tigers.
Now the old ball coach out of South Carolina, he's got his eye on the Tucker Tigers.
Yeah, Cecil Stallings, 3-star ESPN defensive end. Stallings committed to South Carolina back in July. He was also recruited heavily by Tennessee and Mississippi State among his 12 offers, but he was actually discovered by Gamecocks defensive coordinator when he was a freshman, and Lorenzo Ward was recruiting Davin Bellamy, who played for Chamblee, and that's who Stallings was playing for before this season, and was watching Ward, but also, or watching Bellamy, but also saw Stallings and ended up offering him, and that's how Stallings ended up connected with the South Carolina Gamecocks. And this is his first season with Tucker, and tonight will probably be the first time that he starts for Tucker at defensive end.
Now the next guy we're going to talk about, Garrett Rigby. What a story here.
Yeah, absolutely. He is an ESPN 3-star athlete. He committed to Harvard in August. Over 25 offers, including fellow Ivy Leaguers Princeton and Yale. Also had offers from Power 5 conference teams like Georgia Tech, Iowa, and North Carolina. So not only is he smart, but he's also very talented. Not the first Tucker quarterback, actually, to play at Harvard. You might remember Norman Hayes, who just wrapped up his career with the Crimson last year. He turned into an all-Ivy League cornerback playing for Harvard, and looks like Garrett Rigby is going to follow in his footsteps.
Now as the band comes marching in, we're going to take a look at the Lions of Martin Luther King High School, and they've got Kayleek Byard, a big defensive end.
Yeah, Byard is a name that you might be familiar with from the past. His brother, Kevin, is a star safety with Middle Tennessee, and Kayleek is a guy that's played defensive end for him this season, one of their top tacklers, and head coach Nick Kashama says he needs to be like Terez Hall was for us last year, and you might remember Terez Hall was a star for ML King last year and is now a freshman playing very well for Missouri.
One other guy, how about Johnny Mathis?
And Johnny Mathis is an outside linebacker. He's got an offer from Troy. I don't think I said that Byard has an offer from Tuskegee, but Mathis has an offer from Troy, a guy that's really improved since last year, ran track, was on the track team last spring, and that's really improved his game, really improved his quickness, and Nick Kashama says doesn't even look like he's the same player that he was last year.
All right, that's our College Football Hall of Fame recruiting roundup with Matt Stewart. Jackie?
All right, thank you, Mark. So as I said before, we want you to be as involved with us socially as you can. So you can go to the App Store, type in GPB Sports. It's completely free. And what we're going to do now is talk about some of the trending topics. What has people talking on the World Wide Web? And we have a question that we've posed to our fans on the internet. And that question is, what would your dream matchup be in high school football? We already have an answer from that from Trent Lowe. And he says that he'd like to see the 2014 Buford Wolves versus the 2014 Colquitt County to see who's number one in Georgia. So I think those are fighting words, what they call them down here in Georgia in high school football. So we want you to interact with us. Send us photos of where you're watching the game from. If you're on your couch, it's rainy out here tonight, so I don't blame you at all, but send us photos. Let us know who you're watching. We're also on Snapchat now. Snapchat is the new thing, apparently. So you can find us at GPB Sports, Twitter, Instagram, all your social media platforms, and we want to interact with you as well on there. So that's it for the social media hit. Now we're going to send things over to John Nelson, who is standing by with Lauren Cunningham for Cigna with a very special check presentation. John.
Yeah, it is that time. Jackie, thank you very much. Here with Lauren, here with the good doctor, here with Mr. Jackson. First name Mr., last name Jackson, principal of Tucker High. Ladies, if you would please, it is that time to present the $1,500 to Tucker. Lauren, thanks for being a part of our Football Fridays.
Thanks so much, John. We're excited to be here with Tucker High School for Football Friday.
All right, and it is, once again, thanks for letting us be a part of your Football Fridays, too.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, man, a few words, but he knows what to do. That's how we get segments done in time. Once again, we'd like to thank Cigna for being a part of Football Fridays and their donation to Tucker High. Let's send it back over to the set.
All right, John Nelson, thanks very much. Coming up, I'll talk to Tiger coach Byron Lamar. Plus, John's going to come back for another edition of John's Georgia.
That's right, and we'll see what fans are saying online. All of that and more to come in our pregame all-access pass show right here on Football Fridays in Georgia. Don't go anywhere.
This moment, getting here took 3 years of sleepless nights and postponed vacations. Your dad said play it safe. Your husband kept the faith. But franchising is why you partnered with Regions in the first place. We share your vision for moving forward. And at moments like this, that makes all the difference. Is your business at a turning point? Regions.
Some questions can't wait until morning. So I'm one of many nurses at Cigna with answers, anytime, day or night. I'm Lauren, and I've got your back.
Joe gets up at 7 a.m., washes his face, gets dressed, grabs breakfast to go. He then patiently waits for the bus. Chats up his classmates, goes to school, doesn't go in. Great act, Joe, but you're only fooling yourself.
Stay connected to your team like never before with the GPB Sports Football app. Get the latest news. Watch featured games live wherever you are.
Finds a hole. Look at that, look at that.
Find relevant info on schools and take interactive 3D tours of stadiums around the state. Tweet game highlights from the stands and get up-to-the-minute scores all Friday night. The gridiron has gone digital. Download the free GPB Sports Football app from the iTunes App Store now.
As the national anthem wraps up here at Halford Stadium, honoring America, the Tiger Tucker Marching Band. Welcome back to GPB's All Access pregame show, live at Halford for this big rivalry between Tucker and ML King.
Tucker won state titles back in 2008 and 2011. ML King has won 4 region titles, and both teams send a lot of players on to the next level.
All right, we now welcome in the author of 5 books, 2 on high school football in the great state of Georgia, John Nelson, a segment we call John's Georgia, brought to you by
Georgia EMC.
And John, you have got one whale of a field goal to show us.
And it came off a free kick, and you want to talk about something that is in the record books. We're going to spend some time in Greystone Power, take you back to last week, Bremen and Rockmart for a very special moment off a free kick. Jake Verity, that's the name of the trivia question. We want to thank the folks at Bremen City Schools, Brian Wheeler, for sending us this video. Off a fair catch, you can do a free kick. Jake Verity launches the 63-yard field goal attempt. It counts for 3, and it turned out to be the difference in the game. He's now tied for 11th nationally, 3rd in the state of Georgia for longest all time. So Jake Verity, Bremen High, you the man.
Way to go. Topic number 2, we've got a team off to its best start since 1974, and I think Gerald Ford was in the White House back then.
And I was 17 years old back in 1974. We're going to spend some time in Sumter EMC and Diverse Power Flint Energies for a look at Columbus High, normally known for baseball. They had a great week, and they went up against Marion County. Lorenzo Smothers, though, early on, the 97-yard interception return. He'll pick him up and put him down and take it the other way, because if you don't know where you're going, you could end up somewhere else. It ends up Columbus last Thursday winning 21-14. Columbus lost to Carver last night, still 4-1. And that is their start for the season, 4-1 at the halfway point. That's it for topic 2, Mark. What's topic number 3?
Were you visiting the Purple Hurricanes?
I most certainly was. We're going to spend some time in Irwin EMC and check in with Jason Strickland, one of the toughest regions in AA, Region 1. Probably going to be 5 teams for 4 spots. What did the Purple Hurricane learn last year that they've applied this year? Here's Jason's answer.
But I think the biggest thing is our kids, got a little taste. They were very, very close. They know they were right there. But probably the biggest overall improvement for us from 2014 to 2015 is going to have to be in special teams, and we've just got to be much, much better in every phase of special teams than we were last year.
And they are so far, Mark. Fitzgerald off to another strong start in AA.
All right, that's another edition of John's Georgia, brought to you by
Georgia's EMC.
Now over to Jackie with another look at social media. Jackie?
Thanks, Mark. Guys, if you consider yourself a Georgia high school football fan, then you need to download the GPB Sports app. It's completely free, and it's a chance for you to stream the game live. Maybe if you're not able to watch from your home television, you can stream the game live through our app. You can also see other scores from around the state. It's up to date and very effective if you consider yourself a high school football fan in the state of Georgia. We're also on Twitter, and as you can see, we've already had some reaction here from Tall and Beautiful Blonde for Life is tweeting with us. Says, ML King Lions, let's bring home a win tonight. So maybe that starts a little bit of the trash talking on the interweb, but we'll have to see. So make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and also all the cool kids are doing it apparently, but Snapchat is the newest thing, and we are on Snapchat as well. So find us at GPB Sports. You can see all the behind-the-scenes action happening here on set, here at the game, in the stands, on the field. You want to get connected with us on the World Wide Web. And Mark, I know that you already are. I know you've got it in your phone.
I've got them all on my phone, let me tell you. We're getting ready for this big game. Tucker and the ML King Lions. I just moments ago talked to the top Tiger, Coach Brian Lamar. He's once again playing a tough schedule. He's in his 4th season. He's won 36 games, lost just 9, and he is getting ready for another outstanding season as head coach of the Tucker Tigers. Coach Lamar, your Tucker Tigers come in tonight to take on ML King. You always play a tough schedule, and this year is no different.
Yeah. We try to challenge ourselves so we're ready to go in the playoffs. That's the name of the game, to try to get your team ready by game 11. And so we put tough teams on the schedule so that we're ready for the road up ahead.
What kind of team do you have this year?
We got a pretty good team. We felt that we would be a little bit better off than we are right now, but we faced a lot of injuries early in the year, had up to 8 starters out. And so getting guys back, and so just trying to get the young guys caught up and get the older guys back into the flow. We feel like we should be pretty good down the stretch.
Tonight it's ML King, big DeKalb County rivalry. Talk about playing the Lions.
Well, you know, they always got good players, and that's the name of the game, is to try to slow these guys down. They got outstanding skill players all over the field. They're well coached, so we're going to have a challenge in front of us. We're going to have to come out and play our best football.
And, Coach, what does it mean to you to be on GPB on statewide TV tonight?
Well, it's an opportunity for us to showcase, our school, our brand of football. Hopefully we'll come out and do that tonight.
All right. Good luck tonight, Coach.
All right, buddy.
And the Tucker Tigers are celebrating their 100th year of having a school there. The football program began in 1949.
Thanks, Mark. I believe it's time for the game. So it's that time. We're ready for Football Fridays in Georgia.
All right. It's the Tigers of Tucker
against the Lions of ML King.
It is game time on Football Fridays, live on GPB.
Dateline, September 25th, 1926. Grant Field. Oglethorpe fans threw themselves an impromptu victory parade through downtown Atlanta, ruining streetcar schedules and otherwise disturbing the peace of those crazy kids. No Stormy Petrels tonight. Instead, we've got Lions and Tigers taking the field. Oh my! The Tucker High School Tigers have made it to the playoffs for the past 9 years running, including state titles in both 2008 and 2011. Coach Brian Lamar has a habit of pushing his team by putting together tough schedules.
Now go! There you go!
His players deliver. The MLK Lions had a tough season last year, their first under head coach Nicholas Kashama. It was the first time the team hasn't made the playoffs since their debut season in 2002. Where are they on the rebuilding spectrum? Funny thing about football, skill and precedent count for a lot, but not everything. Oglethorpe University doesn't even have a football team anymore, but the Stormy Petrels still talk about the day they did in the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. You ready to see which cat comes out on top tonight? So are we. We're live for another Football Friday in Georgia.
Time to play some football.
That's a championship team right there.
It's a hot time tonight.
Welcome to James Halford Stadium in Clarkston for another Football Friday in Georgia on GPB. Tonight, a big non-region DeKalb County battle as the ML King Lions meet the Tucker Tigers for the 4th time ever. And good evening, I'm Matt Stewart, joined by Larry Smith. And Larry, this is a big game for Tucker, off to a rough 2-2 start for a team that has played in 3 state championship games, won 2 state titles, and been to the quarterfinals 7 times in the last 8 years. And this is a big game because they start their region schedule next week against Newton, but they have been hit hard by injuries this season.
They have. That's a big reason for their 2-2 record right now. But as you mentioned, this is not a region game, so a chance still to get kind of get a lot of these young players one more chance to get some real game action. You mentioned this is a team that was in the state title game as early as just 2 years ago. So this is a program that knows how to win. And Coach Lamar was telling us he really thinks this is a situation where they can get a win tonight, get on to the region play, and really make a run at a state title in December.
Well, one of those guys that is hurt is their quarterback, Garrick Rigby. He's got a banged-up shoulder. That will prevent him from playing the position he's best at. free safety, but he's a young man who committed to Harvard last August, so not only is he talented, he is also smart.
And as you said earlier, he may be our boss one day. You never know. But he's an outstanding young man, a great young talent. Garrett Kirby right here does so many things, and that's one of the keys tonight. Can he still, despite that injury, even on offense, do all the things that will make this team run as the offense as well as it can? If he can be successful, so can Tucker.
And absolutely, and Rigby with that injured shoulder, that's impacted his passing game somewhat. He's only completed about 43% of his passes so far this season, so that's one of the things they're looking at tonight to maybe improve their passing game a little bit, get his footwork down, and also improve his accuracy.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Also, ML King, speaking of their quarterback, well, you got Rigby, who's a veteran. For ML King, they've got Owen Clark starting at quarterback tonight. He is their top wide receiver. But tonight he will be their quarterback for the first time this season. They're trying to get to a running game, and that's been a big problem, among other things, for the Lions so far this season.
Yeah, 1 and 2, they've really struggled a lot trying to make some things happen. But as you take a look here at the star player of the game, the key for them, as you mentioned, Owen Clark, the senior, just 5'9", 175. That showed you, though, what a kind of athlete he is when he's the top receiver. But he's called on to play a quarterback, trying to shake things up here for the Lions.
Yeah, and they feel like Clark is going to give them a better chance to run the zone read with their running back, Aquavius Huff. And so that's what they're looking for tonight. They want to try to establish the run, something they have not been able to do. Huff is their leading rusher, but he's got only 99 yards on the season. And they feel like Clark's going to give them a little bit more athleticism at the quarterback position over Jordan Douglas, who had started the first 3 games. And so that's what they're looking for tonight. But they lose another position in that. Clark was also starting at cornerback. So you lose not only your top wide receiver and your cornerback by moving him to the quarterback position. The third member of our team tonight is John Nelson, and he's down on the sideline. Nelly?
And this is the kind of night that it is. I'm going to go ahead and show you. For the second year in a row, we've got rain. We have highlights in the truck from last year as to how much of a monsoon it was. Hopefully we won't have that. But, yes, everything is wrapped and protected down here on the field. Last week when we were here talking about Stevenson, we talked about the youth that they have on their roster. MLK is the same way, and it's in a key position on the field. Center. When you see the starting lineups, you're going to see the 2 letters, FR, next to the center, Antonio Smith. And that means that in practice this week, he has been the guy who has been getting the football back snapped to the quarterback the way it needs to be done. They've been through 3 centers so far, and the freshman is the one who's going to be under center tonight. That will be one of the big issues to look at early on because they need to hang on to the football, especially in these conditions. Now to the flip side, Tucker, you guys talked about in the open how challenging their schedule was. 2-2, Brian Lamar thought they probably should be 4-0 at this point, scheduling folks like McEachern and Blackman High out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. But in the McEachern game, there were injuries, and there were injuries, and there were injuries upon injuries. Here's the short list of the injuries that happened, and we're halfway through the first quarter. 8 guys were injured for Tucker, and now they are finally getting to the point where some of these guys are coming back to full song just in time for region play, which is a big thing for Brian Lamar, to get all of these guys healthy, to get them full song, to get the offense rolling, because that's what it's going to take for them to get through region and get into 6A, because they knew when they played guys like McEachern, when they played guys like Blackman in Murfreesboro, that they might have to be taking long road trips. So a lot of this stuff has prepared them for tonight, and the way that it's going to end up going tonight, we'll see how this game is going to end up with yardage and all of this stuff for Tucker. Now, we talked about how things are wrapped up, and this is the official way that I'm going to be chasing scores tonight. If you don't have the GPB Sports app, download it. That way you can keep up with scores as fast as I can on your iPhone. If you can't do it that way, gpb.org/sports. Any other way, on the Twitter, follow us all. And Matt and Larry, it is time to light a very wet September candle for kickoff.
Well, good luck lighting that candle in these conditions. You might need.
You're not kidding.
Might need more than just 1 pack of matches for that. Now, you showed those injuries, and right off the top, Akeem Peters and Keith Best, both those guys are out for the season with torn ACLs. Peters, their top wide receiver and maybe their top defensive back, returning with an offer from Marshall. He tore his ACL in June. That's bad news for Tucker. The good news is he's recovering very well. Doesn't look like it's going to impact his college football recruiting he's going to get to play somewhere and somewhere big next year. And then Keith Best, their cornerback, who they were counting on to replace Duke Shelley, who's now at Kansas State, he tore his ACL a week before the preseason started. He's out for the season. The other two linebackers you saw on that list, Brian Strozier, injured his patella tendon, fractured knee. He's down on the sideline right now. They expect him back in 3 to 4 weeks. And then the other one, Moncello Laban, he's had a sprained ankle. He's played basically half a game so far this season. They expect him back next week for the Newton game. But you can see why they're 2-2.
Exactly, and you can also see why Coach Lamar is optimistic about the rest of the season, because all this has happened in the non-region part of the season. If they can get a win tonight, get these guys back healthy in a couple of weeks, make a run for that region title, get into the playoffs, they feel at that point, hopefully come November, they're not at full strength with the two big stars out, but still a lot more experience and therefore a lot more wisdom, knowledge, talent in that defensive side especially will really help them make a run, hopefully deep into the playoffs.
Well, as Brian Lamar told us, their goal is to get through the region, win the championship there, and be ready for the 11th game of the season. And here's a look at what Tucker has done thus far. They had that tough opener against McEachern in the Georgia Dome, getting blown out 50-14. In fact, they were down 41-7 at halftime. Then they came back and rallied in the fourth quarter to beat Tallahassee Godby right here on this field. They were down 38-37 going to the fourth quarter, beat Godby 51-38, blew out Stone Mountain 69-12. And then, as Nelly was talking about a few moments ago, they had the road game in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, losing to Blackman 34-21. And the region schedule starts next week against Newton. Meantime, ML King off to a 1-2 start after going 3-7 a year ago. The Lions beat Columbia in their opener 20-7, then lost to Mays and former head coach Corey Jarvis 45-6 in week 2. A 22-6 loss to Carver Atlanta in week number 3, and they too will start their region schedule next week against Southwest DeKalb.
And you can see by those 3 games how offense has really been a problem for this ML King Lions team right now, and that's why, again, you've got the change at quarterback. Can they find ways to move the ball and, more importantly, score points tonight against the Tucker defense, as we said, is really trying to prove that they can play on a very high level despite the myriad of injuries that they've had already this season.
Yeah, the Lions have scored only 3 offensive touchdowns in their first 3 games of the season. And they want to establish the run against a Tucker team that has had trouble against the run. In fact, the Tigers so far this season have been giving up over 200 yards rushing per game. In fact, 228 per game, and that includes 283 yards rushing surrendered in their loss to Blackman a couple of weeks ago and 271 in their loss against McEachern. Well, those were 2 very strong state championship-type contenders. We'll see how their defense fares tonight against the ML King Lions. They are meeting for the 4th time ever. And Tucker has owned the last couple of meetings, leading the series 2-1, beat them 51-0 here at Halford Stadium last year, and 60-34 the year before. But ML King was a winner in the series opener back in 2012, 24-17, and that was the video that their head coach Nick Kashama showed his team this week, saying, look, the guys that are wearing the same kind of jerseys that you'll be wearing on Friday night beat these guys 3 years ago. So Adam Lippy is set to kick things off for the Tucker Tigers. Tucker in their maroon and gold, and ML King in their scarlet and gray. Tucker's 2 wins have come by a combined 120-50. Their 2 losses have come by a combined 84-35, so there hasn't been a whole lot in between. It's not. They've either been really good or really bad, and the opponents have had a lot to do with that. Taken from the 10-yard line, and the return by the Lions, and Kadarius Terrell of 23 yards means the Lions will start on offense for the first time tonight from their own 31-yard line.
Yeah, Kamani Campbell there on the tackle, number 29. Dejan Jenkins, a couple of seniors on the tackle there as they get started on defense for Tucker.
And there's the quarterback, Owen Clark, a 5'9", 175-pound senior, getting his first start at quarterback tonight for ML King, but he played quarterback for Hatefield Charter last year. When he came to the Lions program this year as a senior transfer, he was playing wide receiver and cornerback and the leading wide receiver for the Lions. With 12 catches for 89 yards for the first 3 games. The first place is a toss to Huff, and Aquavius Huff on the carry picks up 3 yards on the play. As we take a look at the Regions Bank starting lineup for the Lions, up front you see the freshman Antonio Smith at center, a 6', 245-pound freshman, and that's going to be a big deal for the Lions tonight if they can snap the ball correctly. And Huff is their leading rusher. Kobe Ross, the split end, has 11 catches on the season and a touchdown. So Owen Clark wants to throw. And incomplete. Looking downfield for the aforementioned Kobe Ross. That was Terry Beckham on the coverage, and there's a flag down on the field.
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. Terry Beckham, as you mentioned, the senior, really probably wasn't a catchable ball. Didn't have to make that kind of contact.
Doug Merriweather is our referee tonight.
The other way around.
Illegal man downfield is the call against the Lions. So that will be a penalty of yardage and a loss of down.
Well, that's again where you've got a quarterback starting for the first time, rolls out to the right. The play's designed to go a certain way. And Matt, you've seen so many times, we all have, when you reverse field, it just changes the whole flow of things. Guys kind of lose their spot, not sure if you're going to run, start running downfield, trying to block somebody. Then when you pass, well,
Now, wait a second. The officials indicated that Tucker had declined the penalty. They marked it off. I was pretty sure that so now it's going to be third down, but I thought it was a loss of down anyway on a illegal receiver downfield.
But I guess if you decline it, I guess
either way it was going to be third down, at least I thought. But anyway, it's third down and 6 now. Or 7. Pass is thrown. That is a completion and a first down. Nice catch by Jamal Patton. His 9th catch of the season. That puts him up over 100 yards receiving for the year. And the Lions are able to move the sticks.
Yeah, nice play right here. This is kind of what Coach Kashama's wanting. A little vertical action right here. A nice catch, nice concentration right there. And the catch and run for the first down. That's a nice start for ML King.
So 1st and 10 from the 43. Fumbles the ball, and let's see if they're going to rule that down or not.
It's still loose. I think that the Lions got it back.
Nope, Tucker has recovered at the 39-yard line.
Wow, looked like Jamal Patton had jumped on at number 2. Watch it right here once again. This ball coming loose. Good hit right there. Helmet on ball. This is where you got to jump on it. It's there right there. The guys on the outside have no idea it's even loose. And somehow right there, looked like number 2 might have grabbed it, but instead, it's still loose. Still loose.
I believe Rasan Crawford, the nose guard, was the guy who eventually fell on top of it. Looks like DeMarco Durr, one of their ponies, number 8, down on the field for Tucker right now.
Well, and that's one of those plays that, as we talked in the pregame, Matt, Coach Kashama for the Lions was talking about to avoid mistakes, those kinds of mistakes. It's a fumble. That's the first thing, but then you've got guys around it and you can't collect it and hold on to the ball. It could be a costly early mistake here in this game.
Nick Kashama in his 2nd season as the Lions head coach, record of 4-9. He was 3-7 last season. It's his 6th season at ML King. His first 4 were there as a defensive coordinator. He was a 4-year starter at defensive end for UConn. Very interesting story. He is a native of the Congo, grew up in Toronto, and played his college football in Storrs, Connecticut.
It's quite a journey.
His first coaching job came at Avondale High School as a defensive coordinator there for 3 seasons before joining ML King.
Give me applause there as
and here's another injury for Tucker, and this one looks like a pretty significant injury too. Yeah, Tucker has had an NFL-long injury list, and DeMarco Durr has just joined that list.
And he's not putting any weight at all. We don't want to speculate, but favoring his right leg. No weight at all on his right leg. He's helped to the bench.
Yeah, we showed you the 4 players that are out right now. That's just a list of guys that are out right now.
Right.
They've had a number of guys, including Tiberius Peterson, one of their top, probably the top prospect on the team. He's missed basically 3 games this year with a knee injury himself. So 1st and 10 for the Tucker Tigers from the 38-yard line of ML King. Sideline warning given to Tucker. Bryant in motion behind the line. And the pass is dropped by Joshua Van.
Okay, thinks it's a lateral just in case. It wasn't. Immediately ruled incomplete.
Here's a look at the Tucker Tigers offense brought to you by Regions Bank. Crawford, the right tackle, the leader on that offensive line. King over at left tackle, probably their most athletic offensive lineman. And there you see the 3 running backs, Bryant, Broadwater, and Campbell joining the quarterback, Garrett Rigby. Bryant. Sam Bryant inside the 35-yard line down to the 32 before being tackled by the defensive end, Angelo Malone.
That was some nice blocking up front right there by his Tucker teammates to free Bryant right now. 5'9", 185. Watch this. Gets out ahead of him right here. You see right there, number 75, great block right there. It's Tavares King you just mentioned. Athletic, 280-pound lineman. Great job.
Bryant with 27 carries for 183 yards and 3 touchdowns rushing entering the ball game. And that's Broadwater, their leading rusher right there, and the fullback crashes through right tackle and close to a first down.
Athletic two-way player. Broadwater saw make a tackle in the first play of the game for Tucker on defense. Can they take this fumble and turn it into 6 points?
4th down and 1, they're going to go for it from the 29. Broadwater, first down and more. Broadwater gets down to the 21-yard line.
Well, right now you're seeing Tucker getting it done on the ground. Let's try to illustrate this and show you here what happens if we can get this thing. Well, let's go ahead and just roll it. Watch the blocking right here in the front. Great block right there, number 45, to create that hole. Andreas Jones to free him up and then some for the first down.
1st and 10. First carry of the ball game for Kamani Campbell as Campbell gets down inside the 15-yard line. So 2nd down and 2 coming up for Tucker after an 8-yard pickup by Campbell. First down carry, Nick Broadwater. Chris Broadwater, Nick was his older brother who played here last year. There's a look at the Lions on defense brought to you by Regions Bank. Kylie Byard, the defensive end, younger brother of Kevin Byard, now a star safety with the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. Jonathan Mathis has an offer from Troy, and Victor Wilkins, their leading tackler at safety. Toss goes to Broadwater. Chris makes one-man miss, and Byard gets him on the ground at the 6-yard line.
Boy, he's a big load. He turned that corner and had enough power still to take on Byard right there and drive him back 3 yards and get some additional yardage and get closer to the end zone. That was an impressive run. Speed enough to get around the corner and still the power to finish the play.
So 2nd down and goal for the Tigers from the 6-yard line. $7:50 to play in the opening quarter. Broadwater 4 carries, 18 yards. Bryant gets the carry this time, and Bryant brought down by Jonathan Mathis. Just mentioned his name a few moments ago as we went through the starting lineups. He's the young man who has the offer from Troy, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and goal from just inside the 5. Tucker averaging just under 39 points per game and just over 307 yards rushing per game. Kamani Campbell down close to the goal line, stopped inside the 1, brings up a big decision for head coach Brian Lamar. It's going to be 4th and goal inside the 1.
Rooting the ball pretty well. I think he's going to go for it. And yep. One more look at it, see if we can get inside here. As you can see, he gets pretty close. He's tripped up just shy of the goal line. 4th and inches.
Second time they've gone for it on 4th down on this possession. Fumbled by Rigby, and the ball's going to go over on downs. So a fumble gave Tucker the ball at the Lions 39, and then the Tigers fumbled it right back on 4th and goal inside the 1.
Boy, what a missed opportunity right there. They had good blocking up front. One more look at it. So you see here, good penetration by the line, but he never got the ball. Slipped right through his hands.
And it's been raining all day, and I think that might have had something to do with it. Looked like it just squirted right out of his hands, and Rigby with the fumble. And so the Lions take over at the 2-yard line. So the Lions get a break. Handoff Terrell, that might be a safety. And it is. Yeah. Kentavious Terrell tackled in the end zone for a safety.
And Cecil Stallings, big number 99, one of the guys in there. Look at number 14, Joshua Van. Good penetration right here. Number 32 is there. Number 2, Tavarius Peterson. 32, Gary Vaughn. Great effort by the defense right there. They knew they're down on the 1, and they got some good penetration. They could get to the ball carrier. They did that, and it's Tucker on the board first with its defense scoring some points.
Yeah, so Tucker doesn't get 6, but they get 2. And the Tigers take a 2-0 lead on the safety by Gary Vaughn, tackling Kentavious Terrell in the end zone.
So the defense kind of making up for that fumble right there on the 1. You don't get 6, but you get 2, and you get the ball back.
Yeah, defense bails them out, and a 2-0 lead for Tucker.
Good start right here for the defense for Tucker. Your first 2 series, you force a fumble, and then you get a safety. That's a great start for this defense we've talked about that is so young. So many senior players, star players been out. They've got a lot of young guys learning positions fast, being put into play before maybe the coaching staff would like to put them into action. But they've come up big here in the opening minutes, 5.5 minutes here.
And that was Gary Vaughn, one of their super sophomores who came up with the big play right there. One of the guys who is playing probably ahead of time because of all the injuries, and Gary Vaughn, the sophomore, gets him on the board first. So the free kick from the 20-yard line. So not only do they get the points, but now Tucker gets the ball back, and Bryant returns. Bryant right up the middle. Big return for Sam Bryant down to the 41-yard line of the Lions. 26-yard return. And here's a look at those Tucker Tigers super sophomores. These are the guys that have stepped in and played ahead of schedule because of injuries. Now, Joshua Van played last year as a freshman, so he's not unexpected, but Vaughn is their leading tackler at linebacker. Antonio Showers is their team's leading tackler at defensive end. And Cameron Carter has stepped in and played very well at the Mike linebacker position, along with Chris Broadwater, the junior, as Brian Strozier has been out with his knee injury. Chase Tyson out of the shotgun. Chase Tyson running shotgun right there in their quarterback. Close to 9.5 on the play for Tyson.
Yeah, kind of a little wildcat play right there. Watch this, direct snap right to him. Takes off and runs right by an MLK defender. Didn't even realize he even had the ball. He bit on the fake, and a big gain for Tucker. Close to a first down.
2nd down and 1, and Garrett Rigby back in there at quarterback. Rigby throws complete to Jeremiah Shelley, and Shelley hit by D'Angelo Malone right away, but that's going to be good for the 1st down. As Shelley, the younger brother of Duke Shelley, the star who is now playing at Kansas State. Shelley is their leading pass catcher. That's his 4th catch of the season. Had a fantastic 35-yard catch against McEachern in the series opener, in the season opener. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Bryant goes in motion behind the line and takes the toss. And Bryant down to about the 27-yard line, tackled by the corner, Daquan Mosley.
And number 20, Jonathan Mathis in there as well, the linebacker. The seniors on this Lions team. Nice job there of staying with the play. Brings up 2nd down.
So 2nd down and 9, ball at the 28-yard line. Campbell on the run, got a block. Campbell might get to the pylon and finally brought down from behind by Malone, but a 1st down as Malone catches him just outside the 10.
Well, that was a nice play. Watch this. Most of their plays have gone to the right. So here you go the other way. This time you got a blocker out in front. Good blocking along the line as well. He's got some deceptive speed to turn that corner and get some positive yards upfield. And just like that, all of a sudden, we've got 1st and goal for Tucker.
Campbell, the 5'8", 185-pound senior, 320 yards rushing on the season and averaging 13.3 yards per carry. Hand off Broadwater. And Broadwater down to about the 6-yard line again. Looks like Malone again on that tackle, but close to 5 on the play for Broadwater.
Yeah, a lot of hard hitting down there where you can hear all the way up here in the booth. Broadwater trying to keep his feet, does. One of the guys in the tackle there, Antonio Fletcher in there. Greg Goodman in there. Time now for the MLK defense. They held up last time and held the stand thanks to the fumble on 4th down. Can they make another stand here inside the 10?
2nd down, goal to go. Broadwater gets in this time as he bowls his way into the end zone. 5-yard touchdown run for Nick Broadwater, his 6th touchdown of the season, and Tucker has an 8-0 lead.
Well, he's just a load. He really is. The TCSG touchdown replay, looking at it right here from the end zone camera up above. Look at him just bowl right over the other player, the defender for the Lions. He'll feel that tomorrow. Not sure the name of that truck. He scores a touchdown. Broadwater, 1st touchdown of the game. Tucker with the big lead early.
Adam Lippy is on for the PAT. Lippy, 18 of 19 on his extra point attempt kicks this season, puts it through, and Tucker has a 9-0 lead. So Tucker is able to cash in on that MLK fumble in an indirect way. They turn it into 9 points.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is made possible in part by Regions Bank. It's time to expect more. Georgia's Electric Membership Corporation, lighting the way. Technical College System of Georgia, learn more, earn more. Cigna, together all the way. And viewers like you, thank you.
3:42 to play here in the first quarter, and Tucker has turned an ML King Lion turnover into 9 points in the most indirect way. They got the fumble at the 39-yard line, Larry. They then fumbled at the 1, turned that into a safety, and then off the free kick turned it into a 6-play, 40-yard drive, and the touchdown run by Broadwater to make it 9-0 here in the opening 8 minutes.
Well, the thing too impressive about Tucker, they've already used 4 ball carriers already here in the first 8+ minutes. I mean, you don't know who's coming at you. They're really doing it with a lot of different guys and having a lot of success early in this game.
Let's check in with John Nelson with an injury report. Nelly?
Time to give you the update on Durante Dirt's not looking good for the first half for starters. They took the cleat off and were looking at the ankle bone on the inside of his right leg, testing range of motion, seeing if he could actually stand on it by itself. He was able to stand on it, but whether or not he's able to put steps together and run, that'll be the big question as they've iced it right now. Safe to say he's done for the first half, probably questionable for the rest of the game back upstairs.
So bad news for DeMarco Durr, who joins the injury list for the Tucker Tigers. Kadarius Terrell on the return, and Terrell up to the 28-yard line. 20-yard return for Terrell, and that's where the Lions go back on offense.
Coach Kashama now trying to get his defense together, trying to find a way to stop this running game right here. Tucker has done pretty much all they've wanted, really. Again, that fumble on 4th down at the 1, the only reason they're not up 14-0 right now.
Well, this Lions offense has had its troubles, averaging less than 11 points per game, only 31 yards rushing per game, only 141 yards passing per game. That's a total of 172 a game. That's why they've gone to Owen Clark as their quarterback. And that's another reason why, because Clark can run the ball. Doesn't pick up a whole lot on that play right there, however.
Oh, you're still early in the game, so try to establish something right here on offense. You've had only 2 offensive series, ending in a fumble and a safety, so try to get something established. You prove you can get a first down, get a couple of first downs, get some momentum going, get everyone feeling good about themselves and actually move the ball downfield.
Antonio Showers on the tackle after a 3-yard pickup. Aquavius Huff with the first down carry, and Huff still on his feet. And Huff pulls his way across the 50-yard line, and then a flag out on Tucker at the end of the play.
Yeah, that's just that's a play. You just kind of mistake. You just can't make that kind of mental mistake right there. One more look at this, what we're talking about. Look at his left side. Great block right there. That frees him up, and the great shiftiness right here. And I love the energy here. A lot of guys would go down. Look at that. He's at midfield right there, still going. Gets more yards to play as well. They're well out of bounds. It's an easy flag to call. That's a big penalty. They'll step off, and that puts the Lions deep into Tucker territory right now. So we're talking about getting some momentum. It's only 1 first down, but boy, what a big gain all of a sudden. And just like that, the Lions can say, hey, look, right now we're inside of the 35-yard line. We're on the move.
An 18-yard pickup, or a 22-yard pickup, pardon me, with a 15-yard mark-off, so a 37-yard play for ML King. Huff, 27 carries for 99 yards in their first 3 games, and Coach Kashama said they want to get him a whole lot more touches. There's that zone read and the keeper by Clark as Clark lunges forward to Tiberius Peterson, making the tackle right there for Tucker.
Well, the big gain does a few things. Now you can use him as a decoy, or the defense will be watching him on the outside. And as you mentioned, that gives Clark a chance to go inside, make that zone read, and make some plays inside, and try to move the ball downfield. Decent gain on first down.
Second down and 7. Huff gets the handoff, nothing doing that time. Antonio Showers with his 3rd tackle of the night already. We mentioned Showers is one of their super sophomores. Came in with 24 tackles on the season, and Coach Lamar said he's just been a phenomenal player for them, an absolute stud, never lacks effort. He's going to make mistakes that sophomores make, but probably further along than Tiberius Peterson was during his sophomore season. Of course, Peterson is their highest-rated prospect going to Louisville. Clark going deep, got a man, and it's dropped by Cavassier Rhodes. Cavassier Rhodes had a touchdown in his hands and dropped it.
Cavassier. One more look at this. Boy, this is a great throw right here. Nice fake, freezes the defense. He's got his man past the defense right there in his hands. Oh, boy.
Alligator arms.
Yeah, he's going to look at that on the tape and just beat himself up because, boy, he had 6 points right there. That was a really nice play by MLK.
So 4th down and 8, and the Lions will go for it from the Tucker 29. Ball fumbled, and Owens going to go down. Wow, never got off the play. No. Owens fumbled the snap. Ball will go over on downs to Tucker, and that is just a double whammy right there for the Lions. They don't get the 4th down play. Should not have been running a 4th down play. They should have had a touchdown.
Right, and then on top of that, the insult to injury, Clark is looking over at the man in motion. Watch this replay, not even looking at the ball. And again, center's been a problem spot. He's a freshman. That's just a tough play. Boy, that's just a killer. And you had so much momentum going, too, as we talked about, with the big running play, the 15-yard penalty on top of that. You're getting positive yards every time. And then to finish off that drive with 3 plays to get nothing out of it, you turn the ball over. Second fumble of the game.
So 1st and 10 now. Rigby back to pass. They're going for the home run. Wide open is Van. That is an easy touchdown for the Tigers. A 65-yard touchdown pass from Garrett Rigby to Joshua Van. And it is 15-0.
Well, you give this Tucker staff credit for throwing out some trick plays when they first get the ball. We saw the Wildcat play, the last drive to get positive yards, 6-7 yards in that first carry. And then right there, right after the muff 4th down play, the turnover on downs, they come right out, go for the home run, catch that Lions secondary sleeping, and they're back on the board again. Second touchdown here of the first quarter.
Rigby with his 6th touchdown pass of the season, and Nick Kashama with arms crossed on the sideline, not happy with what he's seen here in this first quarter.
Well, that's just tough. You're trying to coach your kids on what they did wrong on one play, while the next bang-bang play happens. And as you talked about, that could have been a touchdown for you. Instead, it's 6 going the other way. Make it 7.
Lippy with the PAT, and Tucker has a 16-0 lead as we take a look at our TCSG touchdown replay.
Yeah, take a look at this right here. This is a play all the way. Rigby knows exactly where he's going. The defense just falls asleep. There's nobody in the screen. No white jerseys within 10 yards of him. He could have somersaulted his way into the end zone if he wanted to. One more look. I believe we've got another shot. The end zone camera right there. He knows right away. Rigby, it's just pitch and catch. You do this on a Saturday afternoon during the summer, like you practice it all year long. No defenders there. Easy pitch and catch. One of the easiest touchdowns this team will have the entire season. Tucker all smiling. All of a sudden the Lions have got the work cut out for him. Down 16-0 already, and we're still in the first quarter.
Joshua Van with his 2nd catch of the season. He's their quarterback of the future. He's their 2nd-string quarterback. He'll be the starting quarterback in all likelihood next season as a junior, and even he has been bitten by the injury bug this season. He dislocated his shoulder in the Georgia Dome warming up for the McEachern game, missed that game, then did not play the following week against Godby. So this is just his 3rd game of the season, and a big 65-yard catch from Rigby.
Well, we talked again at the top, Matt, about MLK wanting to avoid mistakes, but already a fumble leading to essentially a fumble, and then leading to a safety eventually. And then already a 4th down play.
Terrell fumbles the ball on the kick return, and fortunately for the Lions, they are able to recover. They dodged the bullet right there as Jaden Cunningham, who's one of their offensive linemen and on the kick return team, was able to hop on that loose ball.
Yeah, my point a minute ago, the fumble led to points on the very opening drive. Then you had the safety as well at the 1-yard line. You're tackled in there. The missed... the drop touchdown catch down here. We got a flag on the field, by the way. We'll see what that's about. Checking that out as well. And then here's another fumble here. The 4th down play where the ball was snapped without the quarterback looking. I mean, so many mental errors right now for MLK. At this point, just regroup and let's just get back just to playing some solid football. My apology, no flag on the field right now. It's 1st and 10 for MLK.
So 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Huff goes in motion. Handoff goes to Contreras Terrell, the fullback, and Terrell with a big run up to the 50-yard line as Terrell gets 26 Here's what head coach Nick Kashama had to say to his team before the game.
All you guys, young guys, get a chance to play. Show me something to keep you on that field. Show me something to make it hard for me to pull you off the field. All right, it's going to be a very intense game, high intensity game. I need you guys to step up. I'm not going serious. Show me that y'all want to be out here. You want to win the game today. All right, we got to get back on track.
Huff on the carry right there, and Andreas Jones runs down Huff for a loss. As obviously the Lions are off to a very difficult start here following that locker room speech by head coach Nick Kashama, down 2 touchdowns and a safety. Clark back to pass, looking downfield. Intended target Kobe Ross. Second time they've targeted Ross, and it's going to be 3rd down.
You know, he didn't make the connection, but I like the play at least. You're trying to think going downfield. You're trying to keep the defense honest, know that you've got some playmakers. Look, this Tucker defense, they're pitching a shutout so far here with 29 seconds to go in the first quarter, but they know they should have been a touchdown before. So the Lions have the players to make those big plays. They got to keep going at it.
Yeah, the Lions have hit him with some big plays and missed on the touchdown. Yeah. But Huff has had a big run. Terrell's had a big run. They've just got to hold on to the football.
Right, exactly.
You can't score if you can't hold on to the football.
Is there a timeout called?
Yeah, timeout, I believe, has been called by the Lions on 3rd down and 11. One of the big challenges, Nick Kashama said, with Owen Clark here tonight was going to be learning the offense on such short notice. They made the decision to go with Clark as their starting quarterback after a Saturday night loss against Carver Atlanta last week. So, very quick turnaround for a young man who's in his first year in the program, and the starting quarterback for the first time tonight.
And first year as a receiver. So you're exactly right. You know, offenses are so complex as it is. You know, teams spend all summer working on their own and 7-on-7s and trying to get things down, the timing and the plays and the changes and all that. And now you throw this young man in with 6 days notice, basically. Yep. It's very, very difficult.
So 3rd down and 11 now. Clark out of the shotgun. They set up the screen to Cavassier Rhodes, and Rhodes, who dropped the touchdown pass a few moments ago, picks up the 1st down.
Well, again, I think it's a nice play call right there. You get the defense to come at you, throw the little play. You've got the screen set up, good blocking in front of him. Watch the replay right here. Count the white jerseys all in place right here, ready for it. Boom. Now look at that. He's got a wall of blockers right there, and then a little dipsy-do right here, close to the 1st down. Finds his way to get extra yards. It's a nice effort. We've seen this time and time again, Matt. Like we said, they're moving the ball. They just shoot themselves in the foot when they get downfield.
14-yard pickup as they move the sticks. 1st and 10 from the Tucker 39. Quarterback keeper. And Clark gets pulled down at the 36-yard line. Andreas Jones again. Actually, Rashawn Crawford making the tackle.
Yeah, if he didn't, Clark was off for more yards, maybe even close to a 1st down on that. That was a nice tackle to contain him.
How about the nimbleness of 6'305" senior Rashawn Crawford to pull down the quarterback in the open field?
That's right.
1 quarter in the book. Tucker with a 16-0 lead.
At the heart of our community are the businesses that don't skip a beat. Georgia's electric membership cooperatives stand behind local commerce. Whether keeping farms running or shining a light on new ventures, we bring business, large and small, to our communities. Creating jobs, driving development, supporting dreams. Georgia's EMCs, powering our businesses, lighting the way.
This moment, getting here took 3 years of sleepless nights and postponed vacations. Your dad said play it safe. Your husband kept the faith. But franchising is why you partnered with Regions in the first place. We share your vision for moving forward. And at moments like this, that makes all the difference. Is your business at a turning point? Regions.
You exercise. You choose the salad, occasionally. But staying well, physically, financially, emotionally, is hard on your own. So Cigna's got your back and your knees 24/7. Cigna's there to answer your questions. Or when you need some coaching. In sickness and in health, Cigna's there, helping you to get well and stay well. That's having a partner who's with you all the way. Cigna.
Nothing prepares you better for a great career than the Technical College System of Georgia. TCSG colleges produce graduates with the knowledge and training today's top employers are looking for. With campuses across Georgia, state-of-the-art facilities, and outstanding instructors with real-world experience, it's the kind of affordable college education that will fast-track you into a rewarding career. We're building a better future for you. Contact the TCSG college in your area today or go to tcsg.edu.
I have made a new acquaintance. She's so secretive. Wouldn't it be fun to find out what she's hiding?
Start of the second quarter, Matt Stewart, Larry Smith, John Nelson of the GPB Army with you at James Halford Stadium in Clarkston, Georgia. Tucker with a 16-0 lead, but the Lions have it at the Tigers' 35-yard line. Start the second quarter. Terrell on the carry, and Condavis Terrell picks up a couple of yards on the play. Tiberius Peterson with his second tackle of the night. Now it's going to be third down coming up for the Lions. Terrell, a 5'6", 182-pound junior who had only 4 yards on 5 carries coming into the ball game. Older brother Kadarius, who you've seen on their kick returns, is a senior corner on the team. And that's Huff who goes in motion, and a flag comes out.
And the little things again.
Now, I've never seen this. This is something new. A blue penalty flag. The official just threw a blue penalty flag. It must be, I don't know, is something commemorating? I've never seen anything but a yellow penalty flag. They're
right
throwing blue penalty flags tonight.
Something we've missed? Missed that memo?
Third down and long.
We'll get Nelly on that.
Clark across the middle and off the hands of Kobe Ross. That's the third time they've tried to get the ball to Ross, the senior wide receiver, and it's going to be fourth down.
Well, now here you go. Like they're going to try to go for it. Boy, you're at the 40. If you don't make it, do you want to give Tucker that kind of field position?
Well, you're already in a situation as well. Their regular punter is Owen Clark, who's their quarterback, and they don't want him to have to punt tonight. They were going to use Jamal Patton in those situations, so it looks like they're just going to go for it on fourth down here.
Inside.
Clark, they're going for the home run on the far side, and that's going to fall incomplete. Cavassier Rhodes, the intended target. And the ball's going to go over on downs. And let's check in with John Nelson down on the sideline.
Okay, here's the answer to your trivia question, Matt, about the flag. It's prostate cancer awareness. That's why the flags are blue. Some of the officials are wearing wristbands that are blue to match, but the blue flag is for prostate cancer awareness. And you saw in the open that it was raining, and I don't know what it is about this particular game, this particular place in rain, but last year we had cheerleaders huddling in the open trying to get away from all of the downpour, and just before kickoff,
We had players racing to the end zone and into the field house so they wouldn't be a part of it. We had an hour and 20-minute delay, and at some points there was talk that whether or not this game was even actually going to happen last year. It did. We kicked off a little before 9 o'clock, and it was all Tucker Matt, as you and Larry said in the open early on. And we also had the hit of the year in that particular game, and we've been playing it a lot. Long game last year, long night. Let's send it back upstairs, and it's raining. I know you're surprised.
But not raining like it was last year. Rigby rolling to his left, wants to throw, and that is incomplete to Peterson. And looks like it's been intercepted by Mathis, the linebacker. Off of Peterson's hands and into Mathis's hands, and he returns it to the 35.
Yeah, that's a play right there. I was with you. I thought it was incomplete, but actually I think he kind of bobbled it. His back was turned to us. Had the ball for a moment, but it couldn't grip it and hold on to it. Bounces right out of his hands, run into Mathis, and the big gain. And just like that, for the first time, the Lions make a big play on defense. Look at this one more time. This might be overturned, though, if it's the NFL. Let's look at this again. Let's see. Ball is kicked down.
Wow.
It is down, incomplete.
It's not even close. But as you said, the officials, all the officials, the play was their back. The players' backs were to the officials, so they never saw any of that, just like we didn't see any of it.
Right. So he gets credited for an interception he didn't make.
And it wasn't even close, unless they ruled that a catch and a fumble, which I don't think that is possible.
No.
Wow.
One more angle at us. One more look at this.
You talk about missing a play.
Yeah. Now look from this angle. Deep right there. It's off there, down.
Wow.
But again, it hits the ground. It's such a fast bang-bang play. I think the officials thought it bounced off the guys on the ground up into Mathis's hands, and therefore the interception he never got.
But what about the sideline official? The official on the other sideline should have seen it, right?
He was dazzled by his blue flag.
Somebody should have seen it, but they didn't. 2nd down and 8. That is amazing.
Nice play by Clark.
Clark running and just shy of the sticks, I think, when he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
But a nice run by Clark.
That's a great play. And boy, almost got his head taken off there. Nice athletic move just to avoid the sack. It turns into a very nice gain for MLK. Remember that game last year, Matt? I was actually Halloween night. Took my son out. Halloween, came in, ready to watch what I thought was going to be the post game, and it was only 2nd quarter. I felt bad for you guys. I really did. As I sipped my hot cocoa in my living room.
1st down carry for Huff. And Aquavius Huff has been impressive. I mean, I think they've been able to run the ball about the way that head coach Nick Kashama would like to run the ball. They just got to hold on to it.
Yeah, they had. Watch the push up front right here. Great seam right there. All kinds of room. Takes on 3 defenders. Bangs his way right through them. As you said, they've moved the ball very well. It's just they make mistakes that cost on every single drive. It's been a mistake they made on their own.
Huff with 6 carries for 32 yards. Let's take a look at the ML King Lions that are currently playing college football right now. Kendarius Whitehead for Georgia Tech. His Yellow Jackets playing at Duke. Wesley Green started his career at South Carolina. He's now transferred to Indiana. Terez Hall at Missouri. Then Joshua Outlaw leading 3 former Lions now playing for Texas Tech. West Virginia's got Jeremy Tyler, Jannard Jones at Iowa State, Joshua Stanford at Virginia Tech, and Dontavius Hurd at Middle Tennessee. And, of course, also Kevin Byard at Middle Tennessee. Their star safety and his little brothers play for this ML King team right now.
Timeout here on the field is once again ML King with the golden opportunity off, again, the interception that wasn't. All those pesky replays, that video, this gets in the way of a good story.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen a call missed that badly, though.
It was pretty bad, yeah. But hey, it happens. And King can now take advantage of it.
1st and 10, ball at the 17-yard line.
Come on up. Come on in.
Owen Clark trying to get to the outside. And nice trip-up tackle right there by Tiberius Peterson.
Yeah, nice job by Peterson. But boy, I really like the athleticism of Clark right here, because this is like another play where he could have been dropped for a huge loss. Look at the 4 dark jerseys right there around him. Manages to get some back. Still no games, it turns out. It could have been a significant loss.
So 2nd down and 10 after Peterson comes up with the tackle. Committed to the Louisville Cardinals, and Bobby Petrino and former Georgia defensive coordinator Todd Grantham.
They could use him.
Handoff Huff. Showers trying to pull him down with one hand, and he does. How about that for the sophomore defensive end? Got his hands on Huff, who's a solid 6'2", 210, and dragged him down with one hand. That's his 5th tackle of the night.
Well, we talk about the injuries that Tucker has suffered, and there's been a lot of them, but the other side of that is these young guys are getting some really valuable experience, and that'll only pay off for them down the line.
So 3rd down. Huff not going to get there. Gets stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And that was Tiberius Peterson again, sticking him right there in the middle. Peterson's just happy to be back. He suffered a knee injury running a pass route against McEachern in the opener and essentially missed most of that game and the next 2 games before returning to play at Blackman a couple of weeks ago. But he had only 4 tackles on the season entering tonight's action. He's got that many here in the first half tonight. 4th down, and the Lions are going for it. And Huff not going to get there. Rashawn Crawford was the first guy to hit him, and then Gary Vaughn, another one of those super sophomores, comes in there to finish it off, and the ball goes over on downs again.
Well, give credit to the Tucker defense and the defensive coaches, because they smelled that play right away. They were not fooled at all. No, they're going to try to run the ball right up the middle. Watch this. They're stacked right there inside the box. Boom, there they go. Great penetration right there. He never had a chance. They'll turn the ball over again on downs for the 2nd time in this game already.
And now Rashawn will head back out there to play right tackle in this Tucker offense.
I actually think the 3rd time they may have turned it over on downs.
It is.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Bryant. Bryant go the distance. This is going to be an 87-yard touchdown run for Sam Bryant.
Wow. And there was one player that really set that up. It was great blocking. When we watch the replays, I want you to watch what happens. And there was one player he should go up and give a big hug and a kiss on the helmet to, because, boy, let me tell you something. This was impressive. TCSG touchdown replay. Now watch this right here. Bottom of your screen, right there. Number 13. He just gets leveled. But there is a flag on the play.
Oh, yeah, it's that blue flag that you can't see.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they're yellow flags, and I'm sure it's, like Nelly pointed out, it's a great cause for prostate cancer, but you can't see the blue flag on the field most of the time.
Let's go white. Maybe,
how about just say yellow and say you're doing it for prostate cancer? Holding call negates the 87-yard touchdown.
That negates it. Well, that's too bad, because that was really impressive, an impressive run. And Matthew Williams, the wide receiver who really just sacrificed his body, took out 2 players to spring him, but there was a block, and so it's all coming back. ML King catches a break.
Wow. 87-yard touchdown run gets erased from the books. Instead of 6, it's 1st and 15. Broadwater on the carry that time. Victor Wilkins, their leading tackler in the secondary, making the stop right there. First tackle of the night for him in his 22nd of the season. As that's a 7-yard pickup right there for Broadwater.
And the Lions, if they can just finish a drive on offense, they'd be right back in this game.
They haven't been without big plays tonight. Beckham on the carry, his first of the night. Wilkins making his 2nd tackle in a row as Beckham gets it up to the 23-yard line and brings down a 3rd brings up a 3rd down and 1 following the 8-yard pickup. Just the 3rd carry of the season for Beckham.
Nice job there by Wilkins. Good pursuit. Malone also there on the play.
And so they have gone ahead and said it's a 1st down instead of 3rd and 1. It's a 1st and 10. Rigby under a heavy rush, being chased by Malone. And Rigby's going to be run out of bounds way back at the 13-yard line, and a quarterback sack credited to D'Angelo Malone.
Yeah, Malone, again, great pursuit. He's all over the field in this series.
4th sack of the season for Malone.
Pretty impressive defensive end to run him down.
10-yard loss on the play.
It's the biggest play by the King defense so far in this game.
Brings up 2nd down and 20. Rigby throwing on the run, complete to Van. Van with his 2nd catch of the half. Terrell making the tackle. 16-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Nice play right here. And watch him here. They're yelling. He's thinking about running maybe. Sees Van free himself. This is a big pickup on 2nd and very long to set up 3rd and short.
And remember, Larry, what we talked about in the all-access pass show and our extra point about how the Tigers wanted to improve their pitch and catch tonight.
Yep.
And they've done a little bit better job of that tonight. Rigby has been accurate. And he's going to throw again.
What are we doing?
Pass thrown incomplete. Was looking for Sam Bryant downfield, who had just scored a few moments ago on the 87-yard touchdown run. And now it's going to be 4th down in a punting situation here coming up for the Tigers.
Well, give the Lions credit here. Again, the defense holding in this. As we've talked about, the offense can just stop making those mental errors. They'd be right back in this game. But the defense has at least held their own for the most part. They're down 16-0, but it could be worse.
First punt of the night for the sophomore Joshua Van, who's averaging 36 yards per kick this season. Heavy rush coming off the edge, and it goes straight up in the air, and not a good kick. Goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it. And they will mark it out at the 50-yard line. Just a 21-yard kick for Van. And good field position for the Lions as they go back on offense. And we head back down to the sideline and John Nelson.
All right, it's time to check and kick it. That's what we like to do, fancy term. We'll let you know what else is going on around the state. We're taking a look at Mill Creek and North Gwinnett. North Gwinnett's in their dress reds. Right now it's 7-0 Mill Creek. Mill Creek had a big defensive stand at the end of the first quarter. That's how they've held this 7-0 lead, and this is going to be a big game in Gwinnett County, especially when it comes to region time and wins and losses. Could be a big game for playoff seedings down the line, but it's a big test for both of these guys tonight. We'll send it back upstairs. More later.
And, of course, we'll be at Norcross next Friday night for North Gwinnett and the Blue Devils. Big catch and run right there. As they get their offense on track, Jamal Patton with the catch and a run for the 1st down.
Well, we've seen a number of big running plays. How about a big passing play right here? Clark, the quick toss out there. As mentioned, first time starting at quarterback for this Lions team, and the great run after the catch right here for the big gain. Now, the thing is, can they sustain it? That's what they have not been able to do. Here's another shot at it as they get themselves close to red zone territory against Tucker.
1st and 10, the run by Clark, right up the middle. And Clark picks up 9 on the play.
I like the back-to-back play calls. Go, again, get your receiver out there, get him some yardage and space, get him moving, and then come back with the keeper right here. Reads it, nice fake on the pass out of the shotgun. And Clark showing off his great athleticism. Big gain. And they're going to call it a 1st down.
Tiberius Peterson came up with the tackle, but not until Clark picked up the 1st down, and Clark runs again. And Clark with the spin move down to the down to the 6-yard line and close to another 1st down. And the Lions got the offense moving now.
Yeah, they're going with a no huddle right here to kind of keep him off guard. Watch this. Huge hole right there. Great job by the line, and Clark again doing it back to live action right now. As again, they've lined up with no huddle. 4 wideouts out to the right. 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 4 wideouts out to the right
First and goal to go from the 5, and Clark stopped by Vaughn at the 4.
Matt, he only got 1 yard, but I like that play call right there. You've got the 4 wideouts out to the right, looking like you're going to throw some kind of play out there. Your secondary's looking that way. Run the other way, try to catch him off guard. Nice job by the Tucker defense to not buy that, stay home, and make the tackle, hold into a 1 yard gain.
6 tackles for Vaughn in this first half, including a safety. Handoff, Huff. Showers drops him for a loss. Another big tackle for Antonio Showers, his 6th of the night, and 2 have been tackles for loss.
Now you're getting to third down now. You're going backwards, losing some yards, and now you've got 2 plays getting into the end zone. Can you get this momentum and actually make it pay off? We've seen this so many times already in this game. Swarming defense right there by Tucker. We have a timeout now in the field. But I don't blame MLK for, I believe they're the ones called this timeout. I don't blame him for that. To try to, again, collect yourself. You've got 2 shots getting into the end zone. Make this happen, Matt.
3rd and goal to go for the Lions when we get back as ML King tries to get on the board for the first time tonight.
Insurance industry is a relationship business. I try to be out in the community, as much as I possibly can. We're local agents in the community. We're part of the community.
I love doing business in the town that I live in.
My clients are my friends.
They can just step in my office and say hello. That's very important to me.
We want to be available to them in case they need us.
You get a lot of reward personally going home at night knowing that you've taken care of folks.
We need to be the best teachers we can be, making sure that we provide the opportunities and reach out to the students and guide them in the direction that they need to go. We got to spark their interest and create their vision for where they want to be, and our schools have to be everything for everyone. Teachers, we have to rally around each other, support each other, and make sure that we don't give up before we allow the kids to reach the things that they have interest in.
$16-0 Tucker Tigers. Just under 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter, but a 3rd and goal to go coming up for a Lions team, Larry, that has totaled 120 yards of offense so far in this ball game, but this is their best opportunity yet to get in the end zone for Kenton Evans, offensive coordinator, and his offense.
Well, like we say, he's got 2 plays to draw something up. They just have not had much offense here. And here's Clark. What a job he has done already. Look at his numbers on this drive. 23 yards passing, 33 rushing. But on this drive alone, 25 yards passing and 21 on the ground just in this drive.
But did you see what Coach Evans was doing? He was showing him how to run the play.
Right.
I mean, the kid just became the starting quarterback this week. He was actually demonstrating which way to turn on the handoff. And there was the fake exactly like the coach showed him, and the pass is thrown incomplete, broken up at the last moment. Terrell was the intended target, and it's going to be 4th down and goal.
Well, that's one of those, again, I like that, again, fake the run. You've been running all the way through. The toss. The bad thing is he had the receiver right behind him that was wide open. He didn't even realize. But again, he's inexperienced. It's his first game at quarterback.
And a big play by Chase Tyson to break up that pass at the goal line. I don't know if Tyson doesn't get there, that Terrell doesn't come up with that pass, and it's a touchdown. And a timeout has been called by the Lions as they now face 4th and goal.
Well, I don't blame him. We've seen this script before, unfortunately, for ML King tonight. When you made great momentum, we did something on the other side of the field in the first quarter where they made the big gain on a run, 15-yard penalty. They had moving the ball, and then all of a sudden they had 3 straight plays on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th down where they dropped a touchdown pass, had a running play that was stopped for behind the line of scrimmage, a loss, and then a bad snap on 4th down. The quarterback, Clark, was still looking at the receiver, and they end up turning the ball over on downs.
As they come out of empty, we're still going to go red. Okay? But the guys inside, I want one linebacker got to go out. All right? You're going to go out. Yeah, you got to go out. You got the number 3 receiver, the inside receiver. you got him man-to-man. All right, so the corner should be open. Both corners should be open. I should have a linebacker on the number 4 guy. Okay? All right, if your guy goes to catch the hit, you're going to tackle him right now. I should still have a free
Everybody back.
All right, on the back side, we got man coverage. All right, you still got the Susie Red.
So 4th down and goal to go here for the Lions.
So here we go. Unbalanced lineup. 4th down here.
Clark running for the pylon. And did he get there? He did. Touchdown run by Clark. Shot.
Well, it's the same play they tried on the other way where they had the left side, the strong side was loaded with 4 wide receivers on the left side. Watch this, the TCSG touchdown replay. We saw this before. There are 4 receivers out to his left. He looks that way to freeze the defense, and then it's a sprint to the cone. Clark, so athletic. We mentioned first year in the program. He's their leading receiver until just after last weekend's game, he was made quarterback. So his first game at quarterback for this Lions team. Shows his athleticism there. And finally, they get on the board. So again, great momentum on offense. They just can't finish. Finally, all their hard work pays off in a touchdown, and they're back in this ballgame 16-6.
6-yard touchdown run for Owen Clark, and now they'll go for 2. Clark throws, and nope, still running. Now he throws to the back of the end zone. A nice catch by Kobe Ross, but he was out of the back of the end zone, and so the 2-point conversion attempt fails.
Let's take one more look at that touchdown by Owen Clark, Matt. The TCSG touchdown replay. Again, looks left. He's got 4 receivers, and at this point, that's exactly how the play was called. Get the defense loaded to the other side. He only had really about 3 guys to worry about on the right. Once he looked left to get them leaning to their right, leaning away from that pylon, he takes off. It's a sprint to the finish, and it pays off for ML King, their first touchdown here of the game.
Well, you'd heard Coach Lamar telling his team, in particular the linebackers, to not let Clark get outside and contain him, but Clark was able to beat him to the edge, dive into the pylon, and get the touchdown. And so MLK back in the game after the long touchdown run by Brian was erased. The Lions come back and get 6, and it's a 10-point game.
Yeah, the long touchdown run was negated by the penalty, and then the poor punt as well to put him at midfield to start that drive. So it was a short field already, and what a job there by Clark on that play. We mentioned the 25-yard pass play early on, had over 20 yards rushing as well. On that series, he just did a great job. And again, the big thing is now momentum for ML King, as they now have shown, hey, you know what? We know we can move the ball. Now we know we can score against this Tucker defense.
Yeah, I think Coach Kashama has to be happy with what he's seen with Owen Clark in his first game as starting quarterback.
You can see him learning as the game goes on and getting more comfortable.
He doesn't really know the offense. A lot of what he's doing is just on his natural ability, but he has, I don't want to sell him short, he has picked up the offense in a quick hurry, and he's done a good job with it. And the Lions have moved the ball as well as they have moved the ball since their season opening win against Columbia. Greg Goodman kicking off for the Lions off the side of his foot. That is a live ball, and unfortunately, the Lions cannot get on top of it. I don't know that was intentional.
I don't think it was.
But it almost worked.
I think even his teammates were surprised. Watch this. Let's take one more look at it. This guy goes off the side of his foot.
Yeah, he's trying to square it up. And he somehow misses.
Oops. Boy, if you could see inside the helmet, watch this. His 2 teammates right there. Wait, they look up. Wait a minute. Is that it's the ball? Oh, yeah. We got to go get that. Come back here.
It almost worked. Let's check in with John Nelson.
All right, time to kick it. There's your fancy effect. Next stop, Pace Academy in Wesleyan. Pace Academy Chris Slade, head coach, and they're top 10 in the GPB poll. Wesleyan's made their run in there as well. This one was scoreless after the first quarter. They're now in the second quarter now, and you're going to see a lot of low scores tonight just because of how the weather is, unless, of course, you're Houston County and you've scored 37 points. Let's send it back upstairs. We'll have more in a bit.
Thanks, Nelly. Chris Slade, the former All-American from the University of Virginia. Kamani Campbell on the carry got shaken up, a big hit by Victor Wilkins, the strong safety, who's kind of known for that with this ML King team. You see him, number 23 right there. Coach Kashama told us he's a kid that loves contact. He is the hardest hitter on the team, and he just sent Kamani Campbell to the sideline with this stick.
Yeah, watch this. Boy, he comes in from nowhere, the top of your screen right there, and lays down the lick.
That was the fourth tackle of the night for Wilkins. Second down, Bryant. That's Byard, who nearly stripped him of the ball as he was making the tackle. Fourth tackle of the night for Byard.
Well, that's a lot of strength by Byard. Usually you'll see young players, either they do one or two things. They'll go for the strip or make the tackle. But they want the strength to do both. He goes for the strip. That didn't happen. But again, strong enough to then latch on and make the tackle, not let him slip through his hands for a big gain.
They did rule that as a first down. So 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Handoff goes to Beckham. Beckham with Broadwater blocking for him. Play got blown up, though. Nice play on the defense by Malone, who took on two blockers, was able to get around them and made his 5th tackle of the night.
Yeah, I was going to say Malone. We've called his number several times, his name several times tonight. That was a nice job, as you're right. When he got that ball, he had blockers in front of him, a wave of guys, and just a couple of white shirts. But give credit to Malone to disrupt that whole play, get in there, get a chance to get some help from his teammates, and limit him to a shorter gain. That could have been a very big game, maybe even a touchdown, if he weren't there.
Malone now with 26 tackles on the season, 4 quarterback sacks, and 9 tackles for loss. That's Broadwater on the run as he stumbles forward to the 35-yard line, and Chris Broadwater picks up the first down.
Like his power, Matt, that he runs with. Boy, he gets the ball, and you know right away he's going to be hard to bring down.
Broadwater averaging 8.4 yards per carry and 94 yards per game. Broadwater 39 yards on 8 carries so far tonight. Went for 153 a couple of weeks ago against Blackman. 1st and 10 from the 36. And it's Broadwater again. And Broadwater down to the 25-yard line. Jonathan Mathis, the linebacker, hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, we saw him do this earlier in the first quarter as well. Take the ball outside, the speed to get around the corner, but then the power also to get extra yards. Keep his legs churning right there with the tacklers draped around his ankles and get some good yardage and close to a first down.
They really like the physicality of Chris Broadwater, but also a guy that's got speed. They can toss him the ball and get him out on the perimeter. 2nd down and 1. Kamani Campbell, who took that big lick from Wilkins a few moments ago back in the ball game, and gets the first down after being hit by Malone in the backfield.
Good answer here by Tucker, moving the ball down the field after giving up the touchdown.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the 25-yard line. Tigers 2-2 on the season, their final non-region game. Been a very difficult non-region schedule for the Tucker Tigers before they start region play next week against Newton at Adams Stadium. Broadwater, nothing that time. Khalid Byard making the tackle. Byard is a guy, older brother Kevin, star safety at Middle Tennessee. He's a guy that they're really counting on to be a big defensive player for them this year in the mold of Terez Hall, who starred for the Lions last year and is now a freshman at Mizzou.
Well, he's got good size, good strength, as you mentioned a moment ago.
Got an offer from Tuskegee. Rigby rolling, and Byard sacks him. Kyleek Byard with the quarterback sack.
No, that's just a great play right there. Fights off the blocker. Saw Rigby taking off and running. It was right there to make the tackle.
Third sack of the season for Byard.
Watch this right here. He's already in the backfield here. Gets blocked. He's out of the play. But again, that's where it's key. Keep your feet. Stay on your feet. Stay with it. You're athletic enough. You're fast enough. You're strong enough. And he makes the big play for this Lions defense.
Now, timeout called by ML King, a team that has played fairly well here since falling behind 16-0, and really since giving up that 87-yard touchdown that was called back that basically probably would have put them to bed for the rest of the night. They have responded since giving up that big play and really played better than Tucker since then.
They have outplayed them since then, you're right. Held them on defense. Again, the short punt, short field. They turned that into 6 points, their first touchdown of the game. Defensively here, they've given up some yards, but again, with a minute 4 left, can they come back now and actually hold? This would be a huge momentum game for them if the defense can hold them scoreless in this final minute 4.
Well, Coach Kashama has brought them some continuity to the program, even though he is their 5th head coach in the last 7 seasons. But remember, he was there for 4 seasons prior to becoming the head coach. 116-42 their record since they opened in 2002, 4 region championships, and they've made the playoffs 11 times.
That's impressive.
Did not make the playoffs their first season of football in 2002, and then missed the playoffs last year for only the 2nd time in school history.
I like his hat. Reminds me of Charlie Wilson, the Gap Band. For those fans.
3rd down and 11, ball at the 26. Pass is thrown complete. Van picks up the first down. 3rd catch of the first half for Joshua Van.
Well, it's a beautiful play call. Watch this right here. Rigby just steps back again. He knows right where he's going to throw the ball. Great slants. Defenders are playing off him. Avoids the tackle. Fights for extra yards and gets the first down.
So 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Big 3rd down pickup as Broadwater slams in there and picks up about 6 yards on the play. Malone making the tackle. The Tucker now with 41 seconds to play in the half has the ball at the 9-yard line. And the clock has been stopped with 41 seconds. As you take a look at the Tucker Tigers, 2-time state champions in 2008 and 2011. Also played for the state championship in 2013, losing to Creekside. 4 state championship games in Tucker's 66-year history of high school football. They've been in the quarterfinals 7 of the last 8 years since 2000. Look at that record, just phenomenal. 16 region titles in school history. 9 of those have come since 2001, and they've had 9 undefeated regular seasons since 2001.
That is the resume of the great powerhouse programs in the entire state of Georgia. That's just impressive what they've done. We saw them 2 years ago at the Georgia Dome. Reached the title game. I believe they were undefeated then and lost to the Creekside team.
That was also undefeated.
Also undefeated. Olton Downs getting just 28 years old now at the University of Georgia. What a night that was. But that Creekside team and the tragedy they had earlier in the year coming back, and Tucker was a fantastic season for them that year, 2013.
Since 2000, the Tucker Tigers have played in 3 finals, 6 semifinals, and 11 quarterfinals. So 2nd down and 4 from the 9-yard line. Rigby wants to throw. On the run, throws off the hands of the tight end who is open, Cameron Richardson.
Well, a little too hard right there. We talked about again in the pregame, Matt, on the all-access pass earlier, just in terms of just getting your pitch and catch down. Rigby's had some good throws. This was not one of them here. A little too much mustard on it. Got to put a little softer touch, let the big man get a chance to run under it, and didn't quite do that.
So 3rd down and 4 now from the 9. Broadwater down inside the 5-yard line, picks up the first down. Victor Wilkins lowered his helmet, got him on the ground, but not before Broadwater moves the sticks. Clock has stopped with 28 seconds. 1st and goal to go. Broadwater again bullying his way down inside the 1-yard line. clock continues to run, and now it is stopped by Tucker.
Well, the way Broadwater and the Tucker Tigers are running this, you like their chances right here. There's a timeout. Tucker wants to get a shot at this. A couple cracks at the end zone. They're not inside the 1 yard line right now.
But that was their final timeout, which brings up a very interesting dilemma if you're the Tucker Tigers. Larry, no timeouts, ball inside the 1, 15 seconds. Do you throw it or do you run it? If you run it, that might be the only play you get. The clock might run out on you. Let's listen in and hear what Brian Lamar and his offensive coordinator, Todrick Malone, have to say down there.
Heavy right. No more. Heavy right. No more. We're going 82 down. All right. No more. Buck, where you at? On the right. Hey, you got 15 seconds. Heavy right. 82 down. Then we're going to lie back down. Heavy right, 82 down. All right. Let's start.
So Todrick Malone, the longtime offensive coordinator of the Tucker Tigers, 7 starters back on this Tucker offense this year and averaging right at 39 points per game. But this is a big play call right here.
Yeah, this is, because right now, if you don't make it, this touchdown right here, you give all the momentum over to King. I say they run the ball.
They do, and it is a touchdown for Broadwater.
Yeah, he's a bull.
Second touchdown run of the night for Chris Broadwater, and Tucker leads 22-6.
I think that was the right call. Obviously, it paid off. Todrick making the great play call for Tucker on that. Broadwater's just been too big, too strong. Had a really nice first half for the Tigers.
Lippy for the PAT. He puts it through, and Tucker with a big touchdown with just 12 seconds to play in the half increases their lead to 23-6, and Broadwater 14 carries, 63 yards, and a couple of touchdowns in the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, let's try to take a look at this here in the TCSG touchdown replay. I'm going to illustrate this right here. He's going to take the ball and go this way and just follow all of his blockers that are going all the way through. Watch these guys right over here and what they do. He's got all, look at that, easy hold. That's just wide open right there.
Big Tavares King, number 75, just collapsing the left side of that ML King defensive line.
Yeah, the number right there you want to know, number 28. That's what you want to know right there. Name of that truck.
Following in the footsteps of his brother Nick, capping a 14-play, 58-yard drive. As the Tigers answer the Lions' touchdown with one of their own right before the end of the half. And Lippy, in his yellow shoes, will kick off. From the 6-yard line, Terrell makes a man miss. Kendarius Terrell up to the 31-yard line, where he's brought down by Jeremiah Shelley with 4 seconds to play in the half. And speaking of brothers, as we mentioned, Chris Broadwater, the brother of Nick, who was a senior on this team a year ago, and Jeremiah Shelley, the brother of Duke, who was a senior on this team a year ago and now playing for the Kansas State Wildcats. In fact, they got quite the connection at Kansas State. 3 former Tucker Tigers playing for Bill Snyder's team.
It's a pretty good pipeline.
They enjoy it.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10, and Clark will take a knee, and that is the end of the first half.
Well, too bad for ML King. Really played a very solid second quarter. Finally got on the board, got some offense going, not just moving the ball, but actually turning it into points. But give credit to the Tucker offense of answering a drive, going systematically down the field and ending with Broadwater just doing what he did. Great first half for him, and Tucker with a big lead at halftime.
So after outscoring MLK 16-0 in the first quarter, it's 7-7 in the second. It's 23-6 as the teams head to the locker room and down to John Nelson.
Thank you very much, Matt. Here with the coach. That score right before the half looks like you're trying to get a little distance. I know that you're frustrated about some things in the first half, though.
Yeah, you got to execute better. I mean, it's just the same thing we've been working on all year. Still got guys out, lost another starter in the secondary. So just trying to get guys to execute, do their job. And that's the main thing right now. We just got to keep growing as a team. We're doing a lot of things better than we had been doing in the past, but we're still not all the way there. Third down situation, had a fourth down situation where all we got to do is line down and call it, got people running around. We just talked about it in the huddle. And so, just got to execute.
And then with DeMarco, how have you had to twist things, and how is he?
He's fine. I mean, I think he's got an ankle sprain, but we're just going to hold him. Just roll with it. It's a fourth starter out in the secondary. And so we just got to, we've kind of got used to having to piece it together. So we got to put a sophomore in there and let him play. So he knows what to do, and we're trying to coach him up on the fly a little bit also, but we'll be fine.
All right, thanks, Brian.
All right, buddy.
All right, Brian Lamar, head coach of the Tucker Tigers. He's up 23-6 at the break. Halftime show starts right now.
Thank you very much, John Nelson. Welcome to the GPB Halftime Show on Football Fridays in Georgia. Coming up at the half, we will hear from both the Tucker and MLK marching bands, and both are tremendous. You'll want to stick around for that. Plus, we'll put both principals to the test with Are You Smarter?
That's always a fun one. Also, we'll see what you guys are saying on the internet. All of our social media platforms will get you informed on that. We'll also test the knowledge of Georgia laws, that and more, coming up on the GPB Halftime Show.
You exercise. You choose the salad, occasionally. But staying well, physically, financially, emotionally, is hard on your own. So Cigna's got your back and your knees 24/7. Cigna's there to answer your questions, or when you need some coaching. In sickness and in health, Cigna's there, helping you to get well and stay well. That's having a partner who's with you all the way. Cigna.
The new College Football Hall of Fame and Chick-fil-A fan experience puts fans closer to the game experience. Featuring over 30,000 square feet of college football interactive exhibits. Tickets available at cfbhall.com.
Providing safe, affordable, and reliable electricity requires more than bucket trucks and utility poles. These are the faces behind your power. For more than 75 years, Georgia's nonprofit, member-owned electric cooperatives have been on a mission to brighten the lives of more than 4.5 million Georgians. We are Georgia's EMCs, proudly serving our members, lighting the way.
We are live at a soggy Halford Stadium, halftime of the Tucker ML King game, and we are getting ready to listen to the bands. But first, we're going to check in with Jackie, who's got the social media world covered.
That's right. Let's see what fans are saying online. This tweet comes from Quentin Daniels. He says, Tucker football starts at Fitzgerald. I believe that's their practice facility. Can you say Dynasty, best program in DeKalb County? All right, we would agree with that. And then our next one comes from Toro Taylor. Looking forward to seeing my cousin Jeremiah Shelley, number 3 for Tucker, and my other cousin Aquavius Huff for ML King. Hashtag Friday night. Looks like a little family rivalry there. And this one comes from Diane Clinton 1, who happens to be my aunt. She's hanging out with Jack Cantrell. They say, we are watching. Not a whole lot of enthusiasm there, as you can see. So this is the way you get connected with us. Find us on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, and also Snapchat at GPB Sports. You can keep up with us on our app. It's free, so go to the App Store, type in at GPB Sports. It keeps you up to date with all of the scores from around the state of Georgia, and also you can stream this game live through the app. Mark, there's so much you can do with social media these days, I can barely keep up myself.
Yep, you tweet, you Facebook, you do all that great stuff. And talking about great stuff, the ML King Marching Band, the Kings of Halftime, they're not marching, but they're playing, and they're fantastic. Let's check in with the ML King Marching Band, brought to you by Regions Bank. Kings of Halftime, the ML King Marching Band, brought to you by Regions Bank. Now let's check in with John Nelson. He is once again in the principal's office. John?
Yes, he is, here with first name Mr., last name Bullard. He's the principal at ML King. What's going on? We just saw the band. You wanted to talk about them, and you got reason to.
Yeah, most definitely. We're very excited about the opportunity that has been afforded to our band. They have actually been selected as one of hundreds of bands in the country to participate in the Tournament of Roses at the Rose Bowl. They will be traveling there in January of 2017, so we're very, very proud about the opportunities that will provide for our young people.
All right, and I know you got some stuff going on. It's time to play the game of Are You Smarter? So here's the question that I had not seen and you have not seen, and here we go. And we also have something at the end of it. Which animal or animals caused an internet sensation this week? Was it A, a cat wearing a shark costume riding a Roomba? Sounds like a TV ad. B, a rat dragging a whole slice of pizza down the subway steps in New York. Or C, a monkey playing Chopin on the piano.
I saw that. I think it would have been the monkey.
All right, well, here's your answer. Here's your answer. We're going to show you the answer. It's the rat. So here we go. A prime example of Rattus norvegicus. See, when I'm Scandinavian, you can say that. It was spotted at the First Avenue L station in Manhattan, carrying home a full slice of pizza. The stunt went viral, much like the droppings he, no doubt, left behind. One round down of Are You Smarter? Thanks for hanging out with us.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Well done.
Back to you guys, Jackie.
That is crazy. Okay, well, we had some fun this week getting to know the laws from the city of Columbus, Georgia. Here's a look at who owed us push-ups this week in our law-abiding citizen segment. Hey guys, welcome to our law-abiding citizen segment. Joining me now is Coach The Hammer, as you can obviously see why, and linebacker Jonathan Mathis. And this is a fun game because we have some Georgia laws, and you guys have to tell me which one is true and which one is false, but there's bragging rights on the line here. Whoever loses is going to have to do 15 push-ups. Now, in all fairness, you guys look like you can handle that quite easily. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right, first question. It is illegal to use profanity over the phone. Is this true or false? All right, he says true. What do you think? Okay, well, technically, according to Section 1449, it is true. It shall be unlawful for any person in the operation of a telephone installed within the city to use profane language. So it is illegal to wear a hat in the movie theater. Is this true or false? He's going to say false. He's going to say true. It actually is true again, according to Section 1428. This was back in the days when they had theater, opera. You cannot wear anything that will obstruct people's view. So, okay, and it is illegal to floss and walk at the same time. Is this true or false? It says false, false. You're right. It is definitely false. It's just a little bit gross. So unfortunately, Coach, I think you lose this one here. So you're going to owe us some 15 push-ups. How do you feel about that?
I thought it was 15 each question.
You gonna cheer him on?
No.
3, 4, easy, 5. Man, we should have bumped this up a little bit, don't you think?
Yep.
Coach wasn't too happy to lose that one, but hey, those were pretty tricky, so I don't think he'll ever live that one down. Jonathan Mathis, the winner on that one.
You know, I'm going to start calling you the sheriff with your law-abiding citizen.
I know. It's pretty funny, some of that stuff. Yeah, it's good.
You make us toe the line.
That's right.
All right. Speaking of toeing the line, there's more to come on the GPB Football Fridays in Georgia halftime show. We're going to hear from the Tucker Marching Band. Plus, John Nelson visits Hampton, Georgia in this week's Back Roads and Backfield segment. Jackie's back with the 411 from some proud parents, and we'll have all the scores you want to know. It's all ahead when the Football Fridays in Georgia halftime show continues right after this timeout on the great GPB.
Questions can't wait until morning. So I'm one of many nurses at Cigna with answers, anytime, day or night. I'm Lauren, and I've got your back.
Cotton contributes $2.5 billion to the state's economy annually. It takes more than 60 cotton gins and manufacturers to bring cotton into our everyday lives. Kids always like to stay in the pool a little too long, and when they do get out, covered in goosebumps, you feel the urge to wrap them up. The cozy embrace of cotton does the job. Cotton, the natural choice for Georgia.
As a strong, stable bank, Regions is always looking for opportunities to boost the vitality of our communities. In addition to offering financial solutions for our customers, we are committed to supporting local initiatives and organizations that help our neighborhoods thrive. Regions is proud to be a partner with GPB in building a better Georgia.
Traveler
and Outdoors are back to back. A little something for everybody.
Fantastic natural history, and it starts and ends on a Georgia beach.
Catch all the fun,
action,
and beauty now on Thursday nights.
Georgia Traveler at 8
and Georgia Outdoors at 8:30.
Thursdays on GPB.
Here, beauty is a lot more than skin deep. For more than 100 years, we have focused on creating individual success stories. This is a place where professors are mentors, competition is cheered, collaboration counts, experience is hands-on, and connections are lifelong. VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, focused on your success.
I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick.
She's perfectly healthy.
Cigna covers preventive care. That's having your back.
The fog is rumbling in as we welcome you back to Football Fridays in Georgia's halftime show. We are live at Halford Stadium right now. Tucker leading the ML King Lions by a score of 23-6.
And a large part of high school pageantry is the band. And speaking of the Tucker Tigers, they are playing and performing right now. So let's listen in to the sounds of the Tucker High School Band. So there you have it, the sounds of the Tucker High School Marching Band, brought to you by Regions Bank. And now it's time for another round of Are You Smarter, where John Nelson is standing by with Tucker High School Principal James Jackson. And John, what do you have for us?
It is the J&J Show, Jackie. It is time to play another round of Are You Smarter, and thanks for letting us be a part of your Football Fridays all the way through tonight. What's going on at Tucker these days?
Well, we got about 1,800 kids in the building, the second largest high school in DeKalb County, and things have really gone well the first 7 weeks of school.
All right, it's time to play the game. A question I have not seen and he has not seen, so it is time to play Are You Smarter? Here's the question. What is a knobbed whelk? Is it A, the official seashell of Georgia? Say that 10 times fast. B, the official musical instrument of Georgia? Or C, the official marine mammal of Georgia, a type of whale with a hard, bony mass on its head?
I will say C.
All right, here's your video evidence. It is A, actually. Here's a photograph of the lovely knobbed whelk, a prized find for beachcombers along Georgia's coastline. It is the official seashell of the state of Georgia. Thanks for playing along.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, that's 2 rounds of Are You Smarter, and we'll send it back over to the set. I'm racing over.
John, thank you very much. I didn't know Georgia had an official seashell, but now that we know what it is, now we're following some scores from around the state on the Georgia EMC scoreboard. Right off the top, we've got second-ranked and undefeated Grayson. No trouble with Berkmar tonight, 49-0 in the second quarter. Milton leading Roswell right now, 3-0 early on. It's number 4-ranked Archer over Parkview by 4 touchdowns at the half. Mill Creek leads North Gwinnett 7-0. We'll see North Gwinnett next week. Norcross leads Duluth 7-0, and we'll see Norcross next week. Northside Warner Robins top ranked in 5A, leading Greenbrier 37-0 in the second. We have Maids leading Lovejoy in a baseball score. Now it's 8-9 right now in the second quarter. Cartersville leading Gilmore 31-0, and we've got Eagles Landing Christian Academy leading Woodward Academy 10-0 at the half. Calhoun big over Ringgold by 30, 33-3.
It's going to be an action-packed season here on Football Fridays in Georgia. So here is the schedule brought to you by the Georgia EMC. Next week we are at Norcross High School, where the Blue Devils will host North Gwinnett. Then it's North Cobb at McEachern, and we'll take a look at McEachern quarterback Bailey Hockman, one of the best in the state and in the nation. On October 16th, we go to Moultrie, Georgia, taking the Football Fridays and Georgia crew on the road for an epic game between Colquitt County and Valdosta. And as you can see there, we are finalizing the final 3 games of the regular season, and then it's on to the playoffs. We're with you all the way to the Georgia Dome for the state championships on December 11th and 12th. So GPB, as always, is your home for high school football all season long. So we've got you covered, pretty much. That's how it goes, Mark.
All right, a very busy John Nelson has deigned to join us here for another edition of Backroads, that's a good word, and Backfield, brought to you by the Georgia Cotton Commission.
The natural choice for Georgia.
All right, you hit the trail down by the Atlanta Motor Speedway for another big story for us.
Last week, we went to New Hampstead, which is outside of Savannah, one of the new programs as they're trying to build through their first senior class. And so we decided to check in with the folks at Hampton and the Battle H and see what year 2 yields for them.
We'll have 7 posts. We'll do 16 back on the dig. 15.
Hampton High's Hornets are starting from scratch. 35 players, max, a mix of varsity and JV on Friday nights, are building their foundation, and head coach Chad Ashley has seen improvement as the team hits the halfway point in year 2, still looking for the program's first win.
There's definitely been quite a few obstacles, but been a lot of growing pains, but all of it is expected, especially coming from where I came from. You know, I took over a program that had just a losing culture for many years, so this is almost like that, except starting from ground zero.
The Hornets have already scored more points in 4 games this year than they did last year through 6. Progress is slow, but there is progress.
It's totally different because you get to start with the adversity. Because usually sometimes you'll start with a program that's like already built up, so you can lay back a little bit. But you start at the ground up, so it's like you have to start the foundation by yourself.
Ashley and his staff have rules, and the rules that are there for a reason. For example,
had to get in the weight room ASAP. Practice every day. If you don't practice, you can't play.
It's all about setting a tone and not giving up, making sure the opposition remembers when they played the squad with the Battle H on the side of their helmets.
When we got here, these kids they didn't have any school pride because this wasn't their school where they came from. Nobody evidently lifted weights when we got here. So just trying to build all that from that has been a tall task, but it's been one that the coaches and the kids have they've jumped into it, both feet.
Both feet indeed. They're playing Henry County tonight, and they have one of the highest-ranked juniors in track and field on their roster this year.
All right, another edition of Backroads and Backfields brought to you by the Georgia Cotton Commission.
The natural choice for Georgia.
All right, time now to check in with Jackie for another edition of Rent Check, where we check in with the parents of a key player. Jackie, take her away.
Thanks, Mark. I'm standing by with the parents and the family, I should say, of Tyrone Bowie, number 7 for the ML King Lions. And guys, hopefully we only got one question for you today, so I hope you can get this one right. Who is his favorite NFL player? Anybody want to take a guess?
Cam Newton.
Everybody agree with that? They got it right. Cam Newton, congratulations. Good job, guys. There you go. That'll do it for Rent Check. They're on it, Mark.
All right, thank you very much, Jackie. Let's send it now up to the broadcast booth for the second half of our game with Larry and Matt. Take her away, guys.
All right, thank you, Mark. Halftime here, 23-6 lead for the Tucker Tigers, leading the ML King Lions. We'll come back and get the second half started. Take a look at the first half highlights. In just a moment, you're watching Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB.
Let's take a look at the TCSG career play of the game.
Today, companies in the aerospace, advanced manufacturing, and film industries need skilled workers, and the earning potential is high. Go Build Georgia can show you where the jobs are and what skills you need to get them. And Artist and more. A free education in 10 high-demand industries awaits you at the Technical College System of Georgia. Change your life. tcsg.edu.
What is by moonlight an empty field is by the magic of electricity sacred ground. As the official energy provider of the GHSA, Georgia's electric membership cooperatives proudly support our student athletes. We are there, illuminating the glory moments fans just have to see. Capturing the hustle, elevating champions, sharing the win. Georgia's EMCs, empowering our youth, lighting the way.
Welcome back to Chance of a Lifetime. It's the final stage of the game, and it's also time for Jane to choose a door. Help her out. What door should she pick? All right, so Jane, which door did you choose?
I think I'm going to go with door number 2.
Door number... Oh, wait a minute. It looks like it says right here that you never graduated high school, so none of these doors are available to you. That's it for Chance of a Lifetime. We'll see you next time.
Right now I'm about 100 feet high, traveling at about 50 miles an hour, just thinking about where I should go next. If you have any ideas, visit us on our Georgia Traveler Facebook page. Gotta go!
Welcome back. Start of the third quarter. Tucker with a 23-6 lead on ML King. Matt Stewart along with Larry Smith. We'll send it down to John Nelson in just a moment, but let's take a look back at the first half highlights. And the first quarter belonged to Tucker. They led it 16-0. And it all started with the safety by Gary Vaughn after Tucker had fumbled at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, that was a tough play on fourth down. Never got a shot at it, so the defense gets something back there with the safety to start the scoring off 2-0. And then later it's the, boy, what a first half of the young man Broadwater. 5-yard touchdown run there, made it 9-0. And then later, Gerald Rigby talked about it again, just the arm. This was a great play after the miss. They turned the ball over a fourth down on downs, and just those right up top to Van. The long touchdown pass there. Nobody, the defense, nowhere close by at all. And then later, it was Broadwater again going in after the Lions got a touchdown to break the scoring from Owen Clark. So 23-6, that's where we are right now. Tucker getting that back. That last touchdown, as we mentioned, that was big because if they don't score there, it's ML King with all the momentum, having just scored. Big defensive stop going into the halftime. Right now, though, they've got a lot to do here in the second half.
Let's check in with John Nelson. He's standing by with head coach Nick Kashama.
Thank you very much, Matt. Here with the coach. You've gotten yards. You've only got 6 points on the board. You said it came down to one thing, alignment.
Yeah, alignment and leverage. We're just focusing on going back to the basic, tackling and leverage. They are leveraging us a lot on defense, getting the guys to calm down and look at the formation and line up and play ball. That's the only few things we focus on, talking about in the halftime. Make sure they focus on the formation, see the formation, line up and play ball. Just going back to the basic. Offensively, they're moving the ball. We just got them to keep going. We got to stop the bleeding on defense to give the offense time to catch up. So that's the game plan going back in.
Play ball.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's it. Let's send it back upstairs.
Thanks, Nelly. Let's take a look at the first half stats, and really not indicative of the game in that ML King has put up 148 yards of total offense and did very well in that second quarter and nearly has as many first downs as Tucker, although the Tigers have the 17-point lead.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I mean, look at across the board here. I mean, even at your rushing yards, you're virtually even. Right here. I mean, it doesn't at all. 23-6. That shows, again, we've talked about ML King has moved the ball very well. They just have found a way to stumble and to shoot themselves in the foot. I think at least 3 times to turn the ball over on downs, on fourth down. And again, finally making it happen with that touchdown play there by Clark in the late in the first half. But again, just not enough scoring. Good offense, not enough scoring though. They got to find a way to get that momentum and get it into the end zone, not just get down inside the 20.
Well, Nick Kashama told us that they wanted to establish the run this week. That was in large part the reason they made the switch at quarterback to Owen Clark. And in the first half of this ball game, 100 yards on the ground, just 8 less than Tucker. You'd have to say they have been successful in that regard, but where it counts most, they are down 17 points, and the Tucker Tigers in their maroon and gold will be receiving the second half kickoff. Goodman with the kickoff, kicks it deep this time, taken by Beckham at the 2-yard line. And Terry Beckham up to the 28-yard line, and that's where the Tucker Tigers will go on offense for the first time here in the second half with a 26-yard return. Garrett Rigby, the quarterback, battling a shoulder injury that's keeping him from starting at free safety tonight as well. He is a rare two-way starter as a quarterback and a free safety, but in the first half, 5 of 9 passing for 105 yards and a touchdown. And again, that was one of the key points of emphasis for Tucker going into this ball game. Wanted to get Rigby's accuracy improved and his footwork. Kamani Campbell on the carry. Wilkins making the tackle. Campbell 5 carries for 25 yards in the first half, and that's the 6th tackle of the night for Wilkins, who flexes his biceps after making that stop. So 2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line. Tucker at 2-2 on the season. They've had big wins over Tallahassee, Godby, and Stone Mountain, and big losses to McEachern and Murfreesboro Blackman. Nothing doing. Big time stop by Byard as he drops Campbell for a loss.
Yeah, Byard's another player. Again, we've had a lot of big plays from him, from Malone. And when we look at this again right here, he's right there in the backfield almost as soon as he gets that ball. And again, I like his upper body strength. He just doesn't, he goes in, he can tackle these guys high and still manage to bring it down. A lot of guys on the high school level can't do that. So Byard, what an outstanding talent he is. Not terribly big, 6'1", 210 linebacker, good size. But nice strength. Really impressed by the plays he's made tonight.
6 tackles tonight for Byard, and 2 of them have been for loss. 3rd down and 12. That's Bannon Motion had 3 catches for 90 yards and a 65-yard touchdown catch in the first half. And then Jones, the tight end, did not get set, and there's the blue penalty flag. 5-yard mark-off coming up here against Tucker.
You can see the blue flag if you're looking for it. If you see it go down, but if you see it on the other side of the field and you have no idea it's there, you can really blend into the green over there.
And again, if you're just tuning in, they have blue flags tonight. They are remembering Prostate Cancer Awareness Month.
Good cause.
Absolutely. So 3rd down and now 17. Fourth all-time meeting between these two DeKalb County rivals. Tucker leading the all-time series 2-1. Won the last 2 meetings 51-0 and 60-34. Rigby up top, across the middle. Nice catch by Jeremiah Shelley across the 50-yard line.
Outstanding catch right there. Was great hands on that. That was a bullet coming out of the backfield. Watch this right here. Rigby again sets up, sees his man, knows where he wants. Perfect timing throw. Goes up and gets it and holds on to it. One more look at it here. These timing plays, nice hands. Makes your quarterback look great. You do that.
33 yards on the catch by Shelley, his 2nd catch of the night. So 1st and 10, ball at the 43-yard line. Rigby, they set up the screen, they get it to Broadwater, and Byard with another fine tackle in the open field.
Key now for the Lions. Tucker starting to move the ball a little bit. Can you hold him? This is a drive very reminiscent of the last drive to end the first half, where Tucker slowly just ate away, got down deep and let Broadwater take it in for the touchdown. Big series of plays right here for King.
Lions have been outscored 67-12 their last 2 games since that opening win against Columbia. Rigby throwing again and off the hands of his target, Van, at the 26-yard line. One of the few times that Rigby has been off the mark tonight.
Yeah, he's looked really good. As you mentioned before, that shoulder injury keeps him from playing in the defense. Coming right at you here in your living room. Watch this. Coming right at you. Good camera work for our GPB team. How about that? You can almost reach out there at home and catch that ball.
Rigby, the senior who's committed to Harvard, committed to play for the Crimson a month ago. Over 25 offers, including Georgia Tech, North Carolina, and Iowa, and Ivy League schools, Princeton and Yale as well.
It's pretty impressive.
He had options. Still does. It's not official until February. 3rd down and 8. Off of Van's hands again. Coverage by Terrell. Kendarius Terrell, the corner, running right there with Van, and all of a sudden the Tucker drive has stalled. It's 4th down. As we check in with John Nelson on the sideline.
And Harvard has become a Georgia calling card for the Ivy League. There are 9 players right now on the Harvard roster, including former North Gwinnett QB Scotty Hush.
Yeah. 44 total players from the state of Georgia playing in the Ivy League this fall. And a couple of weeks ago with Walton, we saw 3 players on the Walton Raiders team committed to play for Ivy League schools. 4th down and 8, and the Tigers going for it from the 41-yard line of the Lions. Tigers 1 of 2 on 4th down conversions in this game. Throwback over Peterson's head. Tiberius Peterson, the tight end, had dropped back to catch that thing, and the ball goes over on down. So a big stop for the Lions on defense. And if they can turn this into points, we've got a game.
Yeah, that was a great job. We just said again, they're going to have to, this next series of downs, going to be very important for ML King, and they did just that. Credit their defense right there, because they forced Rigby to throw the ball before he wanted to, overthrows his target, and they turn the ball over on downs. Good field position now for the Lions.
So Peterson goes from tight end back over to linebacker now. He is the highest rated prospect on this Tucker team, and Owen Clark going to run it on the first play, and he is going to be caught for a big-time loss. Khalil Bradley, the first guy to get there. Let's take a look at the night that Tiberius Peterson has put together thus far. 6 tackles tonight for the ESPN 3-star outside linebacker committed to the Louisville Cardinals, but has told reporters he'd like to get an offer from Florida State. Probably doesn't make Bobby Petrino and those guys feel that
go to your ACC rival. That's right.
In their commitment from Peterson.
Yeah.
He's also said he's considering a visit to Duke this fall, so it's always got to be a very tenuous thing for coaches when they get that commitment but then the kid is still taking those visits. So.
Yeah, that's why it's always tough. You think you've got a class lined up and some players you like, and then things happen. Football's tough.
Tavarius Peterson right now committed to play for the Louisville Cardinals, and we've seen a lot of players here on Football Fridays in Georgia here in this state committed to go play up there, especially on defense with Todd Grantham. Him, of course, laying down some roots here when he was at Georgia, some recruiting roots, and it's paying dividends for him now that he's with the Cardinals. Clark going up top, and it is broken up. Nice play at the last moment by Beckham, who let the receiver, Kobe Ross, get behind him, but he was able to make up ground as that ball floated out there, and it's going to be 4th down.
So say, yeah, he was lucky that ball was floating, because if that had any kind of steam behind it, that's 6 points. But because it did kind of lay up there and float in this thick fall night air, it was able to make a big play.
Yeah, pardon me, I think I said 4th down. It's 3rd down. 5 wide receivers, empty set now for the King Lions. Kobe Ross gets his first catch of the night, but going to be well short of the 1st down as Jeremiah Shelley makes the tackle, and it'll be a punting situation for the Lions.
Yeah, I noticed it again, trying to keep things simple for Clark. His first game as a starting quarterback, first game at quarterback here for MLK, as you mentioned here at the top of our telecast. They like to load the one side of the field, and that creates some isolation moves on the other side. And so there he had a one-on-one, made the completion, but wasn't enough for the 1st down.
Jamal Patton stands at his 25-yard line to punt for the first time this season. Patton, kick is blocked, and it is going to be recovered by Tucker inside the 20-yard line. Kick blocked and recovered by Khalif Jones. I had just told you that Jamal Patton was punting for the first time this season. Owen Clark has been their regular punter, and he didn't get it off in time as Khalif Jones, number 51, runs in there and knocks it down.
Yeah, a little slow on the release right there. Well, this isn't practice. These boys are coming right at you, and I think he'll look at this and he'll learn from that play. You get that ball, you got to get it out of there.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the King 12-yard line. Campbell trying to get around the edge, and Campbell gets into the end zone. Great 2nd and 3rd effort by Kamani Campbell, but there is a flag down on the field at the line of scrimmage.
Also is a King player down as well at the 15-yard line.
That's Wilkins, the safety. So let's check the call here from our referee, Doug Merriweather.
Well, nobody's making a move. It looks like it's going to be against Tucker. That touchdown's going to come back. Move the flag to the 12. He's going to mark off, looks like now marking off 10 yards, possibly a hold, I guess, back to the 22. That's what they marked it off.
So that is the 2nd touchdown run that Tucker has had erased by a holding call tonight. Erased an 87-yard touchdown run by Sam Bryant in the 1st half, and now a 12-yard touchdown run by Kamani Campbell.
Yeah, right there, number 10. That's Bryant on the hold right there. You can see him right there, number 8, no, holding number 18.
Yep.
Malone. That freed him up. Again, they've had great luck blocking there on the edges. Tucker has on their running game, but on that one, a little too much jersey, held him up, and the touchdown's negated. So Bryant had one taken away, and then he takes one away.
Yeah, he did. You're right. So instead of another 6 points for the Tucker Tigers, it's going to be 1st and 20 from the 22. Look at big old number 70, Jonathan McKenzie, in there at nose guard.
That's fine.
Bryant trying to get to the outside, and he gets knocked sideways by Byard. And there he is. He can't even get his big number 70 down over his massive frame. 6'3", 380 senior Jonathan McKenzie.
380? Oh.
It's a large young man.
It's a big fella. Nice pursuit there, by the way, by that Lions defense. Contained the play, wouldn't let him get to the corner. Get any positive yards out of it.
Second down and long. Rigby runs right by McKenzie, gets hit from behind by D. Griffin, the linebacker. And looked like Rigby got close to 9 on the play, bringing up third down and long.
Yeah, look at this inside. Watch the play right here.
Now, Donovan Carpenter, their center, number 72, the senior, is a pretty stout 285. He looks small. He's 100 pounds lighter than the man he's blocking, and he's 285.
Yeah. He's holding his own. It's a great battle between those two.
Fade route, Van, touchdown. Nice execution by the Tucker Tigers right there. Nice touch on the pass, and great recognition by Van to turn around and catch it.
Yeah, Van, his second touchdown catch of the game. We saw earlier those two, just a nice little pattern across the middle for a long touchdown pass. Their second touchdown of the game back in the second quarter, back in the first quarter. TCSG touchdown replay. Watch this nice touch right here, just like you practiced it. One step back, toss it up into the corner to a spot, and let your receiver go get it. You put that in a place really where either it's you throw it so early that your defender doesn't have a chance to reach around and try to defend the ball. And that's exactly what happened right there. Great play.
14-yard touchdown pass from Garrett Rigby to Joshua Van. And Tucker has a 30-6 lead.
Here, beauty is a lot more than skin deep. For more than 100 years, we have focused on creating individual success stories. This is a place where professors are mentors, competition is cheered, collaboration counts, experience is hands-on, and connections are lifelong. VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, focused on your success.
Game day brings out the best in all of us. At Regions, every day is game day.
$30-6. Tucker opening up a 24-point lead following the 14-yard touchdown pass from Garrett Rigby to Joshua Van. Capped a 3-play, 12-yard drive after the block punt by Khalif Jones. And let's check in with John Nelson down on the sideline.
All right, it's time for those magic words. Kick it. There you go. Let's take a look in at Eagles Landing Christian and Woodward Academy. This game was 10-0 ELCA at Colquitt Stadium at the break. The second half has been all Woodward Academy. 4 minutes and counting regulation. Right now, it is 20-10 Woodward leading ELCA, and they're driving now with a pass down inside the 5-yard line, so there could be even more points on the board. The biggest question for these two teams going in was, how would Woodward act without Elijah Holyfield? I think we have the answer this week. And how is ELCA going to do in their non-region schedule, getting ready for region and the playoffs? Looks like we have our answers, guys. We'll have more in a bit.
Well, Nelly, looks like Eagles Landing Christian is 2 yards away from making it a 20-17 game. Another game that we looked in on earlier, Wesleyan with a 6-3 lead on Pace Academy. That's a battle of unbeatens and top 10 ranked teams in AA. Wesleyan has a 6-3 lead still. That is in the third quarter. And the rain falls a little bit harder now as the kick is going to be taken at the 8-yard line. Kendarius Terrell. Terrell cuts it back. Terrell still on his feet. And finally corralled at the 46-yard line as Bryant ran him down from behind, but a good night of returning kickoffs for Kendarius Terrell. That was a 38-yard kick return.
A very nice return. Boy, he just kept finding holes and finding holes. Almost broke that. Great play. Very good field position now for King. But can they turn it into points? Getting to the point in the game now. More than halfway through the third quarter, I should say. They now are at a point where they're going to have to you're going to have to score every drive. You really can't have any more empty possessions.
1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. Quavius Huff, his first carry of the second half after rushing 10 times for 34 yards in the first half.
You know, the Lions had great success in their one scoring drive of going to the no huddle. I'd almost like to kind of see them do that again. Pick up the pace a little bit, a little more urgency.
Getting really foggy here at James Halford Stadium as well as the temperature is dropping throughout the night. 2nd down and 8. Keeper Clark, big hole up the middle for Owen Clark. And, you know, with 6 days to prepare because they played on Saturday night, I tell you what, I have to be impressed with what Owen Clark has shown us in the run game. That puts him up close to 50 yards rushing tonight.
He's had a nice
exactly,
game.
Yeah. 16-yard pickup right there. You got to work out the passing game a little bit more. So 1st and 10 for the Lions, ball at the 37-yard line. Clark going to take a loss, and that is Tiberius Peterson with the quarterback sack.
Chris Peterson right here, watch him. This is why he's playing at the next level, playing on Saturdays in his future. Great anticipation, eyes on the quarterback, makes him pay.
8 tackles tonight, and now a quarterback sack to his credit as well for Tiberius Peterson. I think he's happy to be back.
Oh, yes. And Coach Lamar is happy to have him back.
2nd down and 16. Heavy rush coming up the middle. Clark fires, complete to Kobe Ross. Shelley brings him down at the 26-yard line, but Ross, I think, has picked up the first down.
Yes, chains are moving. There it is when we look at it here. Watch him. Great shot at Clark. Coming right at you right here. Watch him climb the ladder. Going up. Nice timing on the leap. Sometimes that's kind of tough. Guys get excited. Jump a little too early. Clark on the keeper.
Clark down to the 20-yard line. Tackled by Gary Vaughn. But a 6-yard pickup right there for Owen Clark. And again, this is kind of reminiscent of what they were able to do in that second quarter when they finally got their offense going, got the play calls mixed very well with the run and the pass.
And they're going to the no huddle again. It's worked well for them.
Up the tempo, Aquavius Huff got knocked backwards that time. That was Tiberius Peterson with his 9th tackle of the night. When they start bobbing their head like that, you can tell they're feeling it.
Yeah, well, you know, by not huddling, you're not allowing Tucker to make any kind of defensive switches or adjustments. So they're bringing in one player, rotating one player in and out on the King side with the play, and but they're not huddling up, so it forces Tucker to be on their toes.
3rd down and 3. Clark got to try to beat Peterson right there, and Peterson gets him, but Clark gets the first down. Didn't get around Peterson, but he picked up the first. But a flag is going to move King backwards.
Flag shows up much better on TV than it does here live. And look down at the screen. Oh, there it is. And you've got some blue paint on the field as well. It's almost the same color. Kind of blends in a little bit.
So instead of a first down inside the 15-yard line, it now becomes 3rd and 12.
So it's tough. I mean, you're in 4-down territory, and they've only punted it once the entire game. That was a block, so won't try that again. But also, again, 2:27 to go here in the third quarter. Time starts to become a factor as well.
This is an old problem. This is what hurt them last year. Mistakes after picking up a first to take a penalty. And now Clark is scrambling for his life, and he just throws the ball away. And it is intercepted.
Well,
intercepted by Malachi Buckner.
And a King player down on the play as well. He's injured right now. We'll check that out. But that's just, again, showing the inexperience of a quarterback, a player who's playing quarterback for the first time right here. He's had luck spinning out of trouble, but just way too many maroon shirts this time. Finally sees he's about to take about a 15-yard loss, tosses the ball away. You don't do that blindly because that's what can happen right there. So instead of just a loss, you've got to, I mean, was there a flag on the play at the end of that play? Or just maybe just marking the spot?
So they're going to take over at the 45-yard line. As we take a look at the Tucker Tigers currently playing college football, look at the guys at Georgia: Jonathan Ledbetter, Josh Dawson, Dominic Sanders. His brother Chris started at Georgia, now at Baylor. And then the Kansas State connection with Shelley, Sullivan, and Hughes. There's more, folks. Bryant on the sweep. Bryant turns the corner.
He's got speed.
And Sam Bryant, who had an 87-yard touchdown called back in the first half, breaks off a big run of 27 yards right there.
And one more look at this. Again, good blocking out on the outside. Look at the lead blockers right there. Clearing space for him. Right there, nice job to make him turn inside and allow the defense to catch up to him. That's just a huge gain. But we've got a flag. It's coming back.
Man,
well, looks like maybe a holding somewhere.
Sam Bryant not going to be happy tonight. I mean, he's had over 100 yards of rushing called back in penalties.
Yes, he has. And a touchdown.
Here's a look at the rest of those Tucker Tigers playing college football. Kirk Tucker at Oklahoma State, Jawan Williams, former quarterback with the Tigers, now a strong safety with Oregon. Jacob Seeland, now a senior at Auburn, or Vanderbilt, pardon me, and Justin Garrett, now a senior at Auburn. Delvin Weems at Marshall, and Aaron Epps has turned into a great offensive lineman for the Louisville Cardinals. And we've already told you that Tabarius Peterson is committed to play for Louisville, and Brian Strozier, their injured junior linebacker, has an offer from Louisville as well. So first down, ball at the 40. Kamani Campbell up to the 48-yard line. Malone making the tackle. Malone now with 10 tackles on the night.
Watch again, just on the outside here, the blocking he gets, and they do such a nice job. Every time they run the sweep play so well. And their tight end, their guard, their fullback, all pulling out, and that gives you just a great wall of blockers out there. And that's why they're able to get 5, 6, 7 yards every time they run that play. Right there, that was 8 yards and pickup right there.
Second down and 7. Bryant, we'll see if he's too tired to run. Byard drops him, and D. Griffin helps clean it up. Byard with another big tackle. That's 3 tackles behind the line of scrimmage for Byard tonight, and 9 total tackles.
Really like Khalid Byard and what he brings. We talked before, again, just the strength here and the speed. Watch this right here. Watch where he comes in. Fights off the big block and gets him to turn, stays with him. Again, the power he's got the power to hit these stout running backs high, but then as he slides down, if that doesn't work, he slides down, wraps up their legs, either tackles them or slows them up to get the assist from a teammate. He's made so many big plays, this Lions defense tonight.
3rd and 13, Rigby throws short. Chase Tyson, the intended target. And it's going to be 4th down. That was Antonio Fletcher, the safety, in on the coverage. And a punting situation for Tucker.
I know the scoreboard doesn't look the way ML King would like, but they've done a lot of nice things on defense tonight. They really have.
Yeah, Larry, it really is just a matter of them, putting everything together. Yeah. They're still making way too many mistakes.
Yeah.
Not making plays to finish off drives. It's like baking half the cake.
Right, exactly. It's not really.
Nobody likes a half-baked cake.
Yeah, not edible. It's not very good. No matter how much frosting you put on it, it's not going to work. But boy, they've got some nice ingredients. Byard's impressive, and Malone's impressive. I like what Clark has tried to do. His first game at quarterback. He's exceeded my expectations to try to pick up, learn an offense at a key position like that in 5 days.
Yeah, you mentioned the defensive ends, Byard and Malone, probably the most impressive thing about this King team tonight. 19 tackles between those two defensive ends and 2 quarterback sacks.
Wow.
Van, the punt on the final play of the third quarter, takes a bounce backwards, and they will spot the ball at the 32, and that's where the Lions will have it when we start the fourth quarter. We played 36 minutes at rainy James Halford Stadium in Clarkston. Joshua Van with 2 touchdown catches tonight, and the Tucker Tigers lead it 30-6.
Questions can't wait until morning. So I'm one of many nurses at Cigna with answers, anytime, day or night. I'm Lauren, and I've got your back.
Across 91 counties, Georgia's cotton industry employs over 15,000 people, with more than 3,000 Georgia farmers that bring cotton into our everyday lives. When life turns up the heat and the pressure makes you sweat, there's one sure way to cool down. For those glory moments on and off the court, cotton is with you for the win. Cotton, the natural choice for Georgia.
Nothing prepares you better for a great career than the Technical College System of Georgia. TCSG colleges produce graduates with the knowledge and training today's top employers are looking for. With campuses across Georgia, state-of-the-art facilities, and outstanding instructors with real-world experience, it's the kind of affordable college education that will fast-track you into a rewarding career. We're building a better future for you. Contact the TCSG College in your area today or go to tcsg.edu.
Next time on I'll Have What Phil's Having.
It's my first time in one of the most populated cities in the world, Tokyo. I'm gonna find the spiciest ramen. Whoa. The sushi of my dreams. Anything and everything that makes this mysterious and amazing place a must-visit destination.
All this and more on the next I'll Have What Phil's Having.
Monday at 10 on GPB.
We need to be the best teachers we can be, making sure that we provide the opportunities and reach out to the students and guide them in the direction that they need to go. We got to spark their interest and create their vision for where they want to be, and our schools have to be everything for everyone. Teachers, we have to rally around each other, support each other, and make sure that we don't give up before we allow the kids to reach the things that they have interest in.
She's perfectly healthy.
Cigna covers preventive care. That's having your back.
Alford Stadium, we are getting ready for the final 12 minutes. Tucker leading MLK 30-6. It's time to kick it. Which means one thing. We take a look around the state and let you know what's going on. We're going to poke back in at Wesleyan and Pace Academy right now, late third quarter. This one is Wesleyan. It's been a battle of field goals most of the time, but right now it's 18-9, late third quarter. Looks like Franklin Pridgeon and the Wolves are 3 quarters into a big win against Pace Academy. We'll have more as we go, and we'll kick it as the fourth quarter goes on back upstairs.
All right, thank you, Nelly. It's a final, by the way. Woodward Academy did hold on for a 20-10 win over Eagles Landing Christian. And in another battle of unbeatens tonight, Lanier leads Loganville 14-6. Start the fourth quarter, 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 32-yard line. Owen Clark, 15 carries for 49 yards. This is his 16th carry of the night. Tries to get to the outside, and Tiberius Peterson levels him, but not before Clark picks up about another 9 yards.
Yeah, and once again, you're going to see the rest of the way. They're back in that no-huddle offense that they've had success moving the ball with this, and I think just stay with this the rest of the way. That was a first down.
Yeah. Officially goes for 11. Pardon me. That gives him 60 yards rushing on the night as Peterson gets his 11th tackle of the night. 1st and 10. Quavius Huff tackled by Cameron Carter, the linebacker. That drops him for a loss.
You know, we talked at the start about this Tucker defense and so many injuries they've had to key players, key seniors, upperclassmen, so young, trying to get this group to gel. They're doing a very nice job, I think, that you can see them even learning throughout the game, learning each other, playing better. Peterson is just a beast. You can see why he's playing on the next level at Louisville next year.
2nd down and 14. Heavy rush, quarterback sack. And that is Derek McLennan with the quarterback sack.
Well, again, talking about this Tucker defense, they just came right at it right there. Read the play well. Look at all the dark shirts in the backfield right here. Clark's going to have nightmares of Peterson for weeks to come. It's been in his face all night.
Bad snap that's rolled back to Clark, but the play got blown dead. Illegal procedure, the call against ML King.
Yeah, again, we talked before, this coach was talking about for the ML King, just the mental mistakes. Big play to start this series, the big 11-yard run by Clark, and they've been backpedaling ever since. 3rd and 24 now. And the clock is ticking.
Clark with Carter in his face, throws it up for grabs, and it's caught by Kobe Ross. Ross beats Beckham to the ball, and a flag out at the 45-yard line.
And the question is, who was that interference on, offense or defense?
The 27-yard catch by Kobe Ross. We'll see if it stands.
Boy, Clark took a hit on that one. Watch this right here. Clark stepping back.
Cameron Carter right in his face and leveled him as he threw. Yeah, that could be a push-off against Kobe Ross.
And that's what they're calling.
So that erases the 27-yard catch by Kobe Ross.
Boy, that's a tough break. Watch this right here. The hit on Clark, the quarterback. Again, his first game as quarterback. May not want to come back and do it again next week. That kind of hit. Oh, my goodness. But you know what? Great poise. Stayed in the pocket, made the throw.
Cameron Carter, another one of those super sophomores that's gotten his playing time because of all the injuries that they've suffered. Moncello LeBon, who's still out with the ankle injury. They hope to get him back for the Newton game next week. Brian Strozier, who's their top junior prospect with offers from Colorado State and Louisville. He's out at least another 3 to 4 weeks with a knee injury. But because of that, Vaughn and Carter have gotten a chance to play. That's a throwback. Yep. Double pass. Ball goes back to Owen Clark. And Clark up to the 28-yard line. Cameron Carter with his 3rd tackle in this series.
You know, I was wondering when we're going to see that. As you mentioned, for those who don't know, Clark is the leading receiver on this Lions team before he became the quarterback on Monday, and I was wondering if we'd ever see this, to put the ball in his hands in this kind of fashion. We finally do. Nice pickup. It wasn't enough for the first down.
Picks up 14. They needed a lot more than that. And Jamal Patton stands at his 18-yard line to kick. Remember, his first attempt was blocked. Gets this one off. Very short kick. Does not even get back to the original line of scrimmage, where it's down at the 40-yard line. You see that marker? That was the original line of scrimmage.
Well, but it wasn't blocked. If you notice, he almost got rid of it too fast that time. It's, again, his first night as a punter. Clark has been the punter. He's now moved at quarterback, and so, again, the constant shifting continues, but he was told to the coaches last time, he said, get rid of that ball. He waited way too long on the first one on the block.
Officially a 13-yard kick for Patton. So 1st and 10 for the Tucker Tigers. Ball at the 40-yard line. Bryant on the carry. And Bryant going backwards and body slam. Flag comes out after the body slam by Greg Goodman.
Yeah, play was whistled dead. That's tough, a lot of frustration. 15-yard penalty, first down. One more look at it right here. Bryant here skips the tackle by Byard. All kinds of white jerseys. Now the play is dead right here. And he's right at the feet of the referee. So that's one you're never going to get away from. But again, a lot of frustration by this Lions defense coming out in that play. But once the call's blown dead, the play is blown dead, you got to stop.
Bryant officially was 7 carries for 18 yards tonight, but he's had 114 yards worth of rushing called back because of penalties. Broadwater right up the middle. And Broadwater bulls his way inside the 15-yard line.
Power. What did he gain? Extra 4, 5 yards? By the way, that last play, producer Steve Graham said it's like running a red light in front of the cop. That's a great call. Coming right into your living room screen right here. Watch this. Broadwater, it really has been quiet the second half. 2 first-half touchdown runs. But here, just the power. Once he gets hit, I'm so impressed with the way he keeps his legs churning and managed to get 3, 4, sometimes 5 yards after that initial contact. And he did it again there. A big pickup now for Tucker.
Broadwater only 2 for 27 rushing the ball in the second half. Now with 80 yards on the night. That's Kamani Campbell. Runs inside that 15, picked up 1 on the play down to the 13. 4 Tucker Tigers currently playing in the National Football League. Dwayne Harris went to East Carolina, now with the Giants. A.J. Bouye went to Central Florida, now with the Texans. Nico Thorpe, an Auburn grad, goes to the Raiders. James Vaughters just recently graduated from Stanford. He's now on the Green Bay Packers practice squad. So second down and 9. Right up the middle, Broadwater. 3rd touchdown run of the night for Chris Broadwater. 13 yards right up the gut.
Well, like I said, really been impressed by his play the entire night. But great blocking up front for Broadwater. With TCSG touchdown replay. Watch him here. This front line, what they're going to do, really impressive. And once he gets beyond the linebackers, there's no way that the secondary is going to stop him from that point. TCSG touchdown replay for the 3rd time for Broadwater. What a night he's had.
Broadwater 8 rushing touchdowns now in the first 5 games of the season as Adam Lippy puts it through the uprights. It is 37-6. Chris Broadwater running big. And the Tigers 31-point lead.
The new College Football Hall of Fame and Chick-fil-A Fan Experience puts fans closer to the game experience. Featuring over 30,000 square feet of college football interactive exhibits. Tickets available at cfbhall.com.
You exercise. You choose the salad, occasionally. But staying well, physically, financially, emotionally, is hard on your own. So Cigna's got your back and your knees 24/7. Cigna's there to answer your questions, or when you need some coaching. In sickness and in health, Cigna's there, helping you to get well and stay well. That's having a partner who's with you all the way. Cigna.
Tucker with a 37-6 lead, 7:43 to play in this ball game. Let's check in with John Nelson on the Benedictine Bryan County game.
It is time for that particular sound. That means we got to kick it. We go to the coast this time for Benedictine and Bryan County. Benedictine and Danny Britt challenged themselves early on playing GAC, rolling over Bryan County right now, 35-0 down on the coast, so they will remain at the top of the GPB poll. Benedictine, the Cadets, they are rolling against Bacon County tonight. Back upstairs, more later.
Thank you, Nelly. Here at James Halford Stadium, Tucker Tigers rolling over the ML King Lions 37-6, capping a 4-play, 40-yard drive with a 13-yard touchdown run by Chris Broadwater. Kick to the far side, live ball goes out of bounds. So the penalty here against the Tigers. And ML King will take over at the 40-yard line.
And he's got a yellow penalty flag. Notice that? Didn't want to play along. He did not want to return. Tucker did not want to return because he's been so dangerous tonight.
And so King has elected to have them re-kick. So we get another kick here by the Tucker Tigers. Tigers 7.5 minutes away from being 3-2 on the season at the halfway point and opening their region schedule in Region 2 6A next Friday night when they play host to Newton at Adams Stadium. Lions going to have to regroup again. They'll drop to 1-3, and their Region 6 5A division opener comes against Southwest DeKalb next Friday night. Terrell gets another chance. Kendarius Terrell, been one of the bright spots for the Lions tonight.
And it's going to come back. Penalty back here at the 18-yard line.
I don't know about, Kendarius Terrell has been great in the return game. They start him on the defensive side of the ball. I might try to get him the ball on offense.
Yeah. He's got great burst. This play coming back, there was a tough play. Looked like when it happened, it might have been a legal play, but they're trying to say that here's a call.
That was a 35-yard return by Terrell that time, and this is a Lions team that has been offensively challenged this season with their touchdown tonight against Tucker. That makes 4 offensive touchdowns in their 4 games.
Yeah.
So they need to find some answers, and I think they made the right move with Owen Clark at quarterback. I think that's been effective from the run game perspective, but they still got to find a way to get the ball in the end zone. Complete drives. So the ball way back at the 9-yard line to start this drive. Big run. Kentavious Terrell, his younger brother. We were talking about Kendarius. Well, Kentavious, his younger brother, who's the fullback, just breaks off a big 38-yard run.
Yeah, and we've seen this almost every drive from ML King. They get just their running backs are outstanding. Great move right there to avoid the tackle, then off to the races. He's got a blocker out there in front of him, get a few extra yards. But what do you do from here? That's been the problem. See?
Bad snap. And Clark has to get back on top of it ahead of McClendon.
I mean, you almost, I hate to say these kids are playing so hard, and man, the coach is working hard, and the fans are here, but they've done this every time. They make a big play, great momentum, and then they shoot themselves in the foot right there. 20-yard, 11-yard loss with the bad snap, and you've got to chase it down, and now you're back in a hole again.
This is emblematic of what has happened with Nick Kashama's team all season long. You get a big 38-yard run by Kentavious Terrell, and then on the next play, you take an 11-yard loss.
Yeah.
Nowhere close to being complete. Kobe Ross, the target. That's where they're lacking, is in the passing game. And the guy that they did have starting, Jordan Douglas, had completed 57% of his passes for 424 yards in the first 3 games. So you got to find a balance. You got to find a guy that can do both, run and pass. Setting up the screen, and it's intercepted at the 28-yard line. Gary Vaughn with the interception, brought down by Terrell. And the Tigers have it inside the 20 with their 2nd interception of the night.
Well, that's just right there. That's great coaching to take a look at this. Watch the anticipation here by number 32. Ball's going up. It's a screen right there. Your eyes are up. If you've got your eyes down looking around, you won't see that ball. But eyes up, watching the quarterback, watching the ball, able to react to it, make the big play. And the Tucker defense, again, we've talked about they're so young, but look at how they're growing right before our eyes.
How about another one of the super sophomores, Gary Vaughn, 7 tackles tonight, a tackle for a safety, and now an interception. You got to like the night. Vaughn, sophomore, 7 tackles, interception and a safety. Showers, the defensive end, with 6 tackles tonight. Carter with 3 tackles tonight. Those are the 3 super sophomores on the defensive side of the ball. 1st and 10. Sam Bryant follows his offensive lineman into the end zone for the touchdown. Taj Rankin running convoy for him. Caps the 17-yard run, and it is 43-6.
Well, this is why this Tucker team could really make some noise in November and beyond. It's just because of this. If they can get the defense together and they can grow and gel and make stops, as you look at the TCSG touchdown replay, we've talked all night long, and they are so good on the sweeps. They always have been Coach Lamar's teams. Look at the guys he's got out in front of him. That's just a wall. They're looking for white jerseys to pick up. Look at that. One of his linemen actually is down there blocking for him. He's in the end zone. He beats him into the end zone. Looking for somebody to block. He has so many maroon shirts there around him. And Bryant just coasting into the end zone. This is just, again, how many times have we seen this? They've done this, and this turns out into 6 points for the Tucker Tigers.
Well, after getting the interception by Vaughn, Bryant scoots in from 17 out, 44-6.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is made possible in part by Regions Bank. It's time to expect more. Georgia's Electric Membership Corporation, lighting the way. Technical College System of Georgia, learn more, earn more. Cigna, together all the way. And viewers like you, thank you.
As a strong, stable bank, Regions is always looking for opportunities to boost the vitality of our communities. In addition to offering financial solutions for our customers, we are committed to supporting local initiatives and organizations that help our neighborhoods thrive. Regions is proud to be a partner with GPB in building a better Georgia.
Providing safe, affordable, and reliable electricity requires more than bucket trucks and utility poles. These are the faces behind your power. For more than 75 years, Georgia's nonprofit, member-owned electric cooperatives have been on a mission to brighten the lives of more than 4.5 million Georgians. We are Georgia's EMCs, proudly serving our members, lighting the way.
Sam Bryant with the 17-yard touchdown run gives the Tucker Tigers a 44-6 lead. Came just one play after that interception by Gary Vaughn. And Sam Bryant, 8 carries, 35 yards and a touchdown, but he's also had 114 yards rushing on 2 carries called back because of penalties. So what could have been a 151-yard rushing night is instead a 35-yard rushing night, but a little bit of redemption for him right there as he got into the end zone on that 17-yard run.
You know, they've got some nice speed, good blocking. It's a tough team to contend with if they can just stay healthy and again and some of the young players keep growing.
And if they get healthy, Strozier's supposed to be back and LeBron is supposed to be back as well. Terrell bobbles at this time at the 4. Darius Terrell is elusive. He should have been caught back at the 20-yard line, turns that into a 36-yard return. up close to the 38 as we check in with John Nelson.
All right, a lot of those 7 and 7:30 kicks are going to conclusion. We're going to give you finals. We'll also have finals in the postgame show. Here's what we've got on the board. East Coweta over Campbell, 28-6. A partial over in Alabama. Sandy Creek is playing Auburn tonight. Right now it's 36-6 Sandy Creek. That one's in the third quarter. Also on the board, Brookwood, a final over South Gwinnett, 23-12. You saw a live look-in of Benedictine and Bryan County a little while ago. That one ended up being 35-0 Benedictine. They will stay at the top of the AA poll. Atco over Lanier, 67-22 in single A. Monroe by 20 over Westover, 44-24. More in a bit. Let's send it back upstairs.
Aquavius Huff on the run, and Huff picks up the first down as he crosses the 50.
Well, okay. So if this series follows script, we'll have a mistake by the Lions offense in the next couple of plays that will send them back. So many big plays on first down this entire game. It feels like there hasn't been a series that they've had on offense. They haven't had a big running play or some kind of big gain. Let's see what they do this next play.
Right up the middle.
There you go. Positive yards.
Aquavius Huff goes for another big gain.
We'll have lessons learned tonight. Again, growing by Owen Clark. And as Matt's mentioned, if you just joined us, starting wide receiver, leading wide receiver for ML King. Moved into quarterback as they try to jumpstart this offense. It hasn't had a lot of points scored. Some positive moments, but again, some yards gained, ball moved, but just not much scoring.
MLK, with their loss here tonight, will have been 4-10 since their last playoff berth, but they've had a great history. Guys that have gone on to play some major college football. Mac Brown at Florida, Joel Kite and Aaron Hawkins at Ole Miss, DeMarco Robinson, wide receiver at Kentucky, Patrick Hampton, defensive end at South Florida. Here it's a 1st and 10 with the ball at the 36. Nothing doing that time. Trey Leslie in on that tackle. So the Tigers getting some of their reserves in there now as we are under 4.5 minutes to play.
There you go, doggy.
Terrell on the carry down to the 30. Look at the Georgia connection for the Tucker Tigers in the past. Of course, Thomas Brown is now an assistant coach on Mark Richt's staff. Asher Allen played for the Bulldogs, went on to play for the Vikings. Concussions cut his career short. Patrick Pass got himself a Super Bowl ring playing for the Patriots. Jabari Davis at Tennessee. Remember him, a great running back for the Volunteers. 3rd down. And Terrell slips out of the tackle, but will not get away from Leslie. Leslie drops him after Nicholas Williams got to him first, but couldn't hold on to him. Leslie comes in and wraps him up for the 9-yard loss.
And it's a good effort there by the Tucker defense. Been really active all night long. You mentioned even some of the guys, the reserves coming in now, staying active, fresh, hungry. And tell coach give him more playing time next game.
So a face mask penalty against the Tigers tacked on to that 9-yard loss brings up a 3rd down and 8 from the 34.
Dejon, 82, 82, 82.
Clark going to the end zone, and it's intercepted. 3rd pick for the Tigers tonight. Watkins, the safety, bringing it back.
He's got blockers.
And Watkins still on his feet. And Watkins finally brought down by Kobe Ross at the 30-yard line. A 70-yard return for Dion Watkins, and the third interception for the Tigers defense tonight.
And Tucker, though, called for a personal foul, flag on the field, so little 15-yard. Let's see where that spot happened. There's spotting. It's going to happen back at the 45 of Tucker. So instead of the ball being all the way down at the 25-yard line of ML King, they're going to bring this ball back. See where they spot it. Oh, boy. From the spot of the foul, they're going to spot the ball now at, it looks like, about the Tucker 30.
Yep. So in essence, turns out to be a 40-yard penalty.
Yeah. Wow.
But
no, more than that. About 45 yards, yeah. It's the kind of thing that, again, Coach Lamar talked about at halftime. Again, just execution. His team's led throughout. 28 unanswered points here.
New quarterback, Mason Miller, in the ball game for the Tigers. Jeremy Holiday on the carry, his first carry of the night.
You know, football's a funny game. We talk about the momentum in the second quarter. ML King finally puts together a drive, takes it from midfield, goes in for its only touchdown. 16-6 to score at that point. The defense, if they can just make a stand there at the end of the half, they can't. Broadwater took it in for what was his second touchdown of the game at that point. 23-6 at halftime. It's been all Tucker here in the second half.
Byard with the stop at the line of scrimmage as Dejon Jenkins got his first carry. I believe that's number 27. I don't know if that's Dejon Jenkins or not. We've got Dejon Jenkins listed twice on our roster, and I think he's number 24. So number 27 is who carried the ball. Not quite sure if that's Jenkins or not.
Well, I would think if the Lions had a star of the game here, have to be Byard.
Yeah, 10 tackles for Byard. Malone had 11. Byard had 3 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. That was the fourth.
Flag being returned. This quarterback.
Again, look at the yards.
Yeah, I mean, for a game that's 44-6,
right.
it's closer in the yardage than you might think. Rigby back in there on the keeper. He gets thrown for a big loss. D. Griffin making the tackle, and it's going to be fourth down. So clock continues to run. Tucker going to punt it here for the final time tonight. Tucker Tigers 3-2 as they wrap up their non-region portion of their schedule. They'll open region play next week against Newton. That's going to be a tough game. Might be their most difficult challenger in Region 2 6A. Lions drop to 1-3 as they begin region play in Region 6 5A, their division with Southwest DeKalb, their opener next week. And here's a look at the schedule the rest of the way for Tucker. And Newton might be the toughest challenge right there in the opening week of the region scheduled. Then they're on the road at Rockdale County and Alcovey, followed by Lovejoy at home, and then Lakeside will be their final game. Southwest DeKalb, Druid Hills, Miller Grove, Stevenson, then Dunwoody, and then that TBD on 11:06 is the playoff game. The two divisions match up against each other for the final week of the season. Van gets rid of it. No, the top two teams, we'll see where they spot that. The top two teams in the divisions play for the region championship. They're guaranteed spots in the playoffs, and then they cross over. The teams that are second in the region, the teams that are third in the region play for the final two spots, and everybody else, they'll fill it out even if the game doesn't mean anything in regard to the playoff picture. So Tucker, a 44-6 victory here tonight, Larry. We started the night by pointing out that, Tucker's had a rough start, a bevy of injuries, but we've seen there's kind of been a silver lining in that injury cloud because sophomores who we saw produce here tonight have emerged and become factors for this team as they head into their region schedule.
Yeah, I think on both sides of the ball. The young man, Van, 2 touchdown catches, and that's another thing, too. They want to work on the pitch and catch and work on connecting that. I thought that we've seen that with Rigby and Van. He's got a nice one was the long touchdown pass. Again, the nice plays right out of the box on first down. They first changed possession, trying to catch the defense off guard. Did that a couple of times. Another nice catch later on just the touch throw into the corner of the end zone. But on defense, too, we saw some players grow up tonight, some of these sophomores.
Final play, and that'll be the 4th interception of the night. Deion Watkins with 2 picks here in the 4th quarter as Tucker knocks off ML King 44-6, 3rd consecutive victory for the Tigers in the series, as the Tigers now 3-2 on the season, ready themselves for their region schedule, and the Lions drop to 1-3. Big night. Rigby 7 for 15 passing for 152. Van had 4 catches for 104 yards rushing the ball. Broadwater 3 touchdowns on 17 carries, 93 yards on the night. Bryant had 35 yards rushing. Campbell had 34 yards rushing, and over 330 yards of offense for the Tucker Tigers tonight as they win it in a rout 44-6. Next week, we'll be at Norcross as the Blue Devils play host to the North Gwinnett Bulldogs. Be sure to join us for another Football Friday in Georgia next Friday night. North Gwinnett at Norcross. That should be a fun one. $44-6, the final.
Yeah, nice effort here by Tucker. ML King, as we mentioned before, still long way to go on offense, but there are some moments they can take here. The defense getting a bit winded there in the second half as they were on the field for so long. But they've got some nice players on defense. Got to figure some things out on offense and keep working to get better.
Well, for Larry Smith, I'm Matt Stewart. Now down to John Nelson on the sideline.
Thank you very much, guys. Here with the winning coach. Brian, what did you learn about your team tonight?
That we still young. We're making a bunch of mistakes. That's for sure. Still got a long way to go. Still a long season. Got DeMarco banged up right there, so we got to see where he's at on Monday. Playing a lot of young guys, playing a lot of inexperienced guys. I mean, we're getting better every week. It's just seems like we got so far to go. So, I'd rather learn from a win than a loss. So we'll get back and look at the film and evaluate it and come out this week and practice and get better. Got a huge game coming up against Newton County. First region game, and if we want to win a region championship, we're going to have to beat them next Friday, so it's going to be tough.
And with the young guys stepping up the way they have, obviously that's got to be really cool at this point of the season.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're getting lots of experience. I know they're loving it. I mean, it's driving me crazy. They love the fact that they're playing instead of playing JV in 9th grade, But, we're getting better. They're getting better with the experience, and so hopefully it'll pay some dividends for us down the line.
And at the same time, there's a lot that you need to work on. I know penalties was getting to you tonight.
Oh, yeah, just penalties, holding calls, had a formation penalty, stuff like that, just little things that we can't have in big games. And so, of course, we're going to be on them about that on Monday.
I bet you are. Thanks for being with us tonight, and we'll catch you down the line.
All right, buddy.
All right. Post-game show starts right now. It's over that way.
Thank you very much, John Nelson. Welcome to the GPB postgame show on a foggy and rainy night at Hallford Stadium as the Tucker Tigers knock off the Lions of ML King 44-6. I'm Mark Harmon.
And I'm Jackie Britton. I love how humble Coach Lamar is, but of course he says it with a big smile on his face. He's feeling good tonight. And what a great game. I know that you've got some highlights for us. Is that right?
I got a lot of highlights. One of the things I like tonight, too, is the way ML King hung in there. They never gave up. They kept playing hard the entire game, even though they were way behind on the scoreboard. So I give them props as well.
Absolutely.
Let's check out some of the highlights from tonight's game. Right off the bat, first quarter, Chris Broadwater bangs his way into the end zone as Tucker takes a 9-0 lead. Now here it is a long pass play right there. Rigby, touchdown pass to Joshua Van. This makes it 16-0. Later on in the second quarter, it's ML King getting on the scoreboard as Owen Clark runs around in, leaps for the pylon, and scores 16-6. Second quarter, Chris Broadwater bangs his way right into your living room, 23-6. Third quarter now. Garrett Rigby to Joshua Van. Second time those two guys have teamed up, 30-6. And then in the fourth quarter, Chris Broadwater will go 13 yards up the middle for the score to make it 37-6, and they go on to win it 44-6. Let's check in now with John Nelson with a couple of stars of the game. John?
And one of them's going to have it. Guess it's this one over here, Rigby Broadwater. Big night offensively for these guys. Now, Chris, I saw your dad in the parking lot before the game. We were walking in together, and he was just telling me how proud he was of you guys as a family, what your older brother's doing, what you're doing now. What's it like to continue to carry the legacy at Tucker High?
You know, Tucker's a great program, and, you know, we got great coaches. And, you know, we just come out here in the team, we just play hard. We play hard for the coaches, we play hard for the program. Just carry on the legacy of all the great players that have been here.
All right, don't move. You stay right there. Coming over here to the gentleman with the Ivy League education that will be coming, Mr. Rigby, sir. I feel like I have to address you like this. Why Harvard?
Well, I wanted to do mechanical engineering, and there was a $400 million donation to the School of Engineering.
And you're getting all of it, right?
Yeah. Well, no. And there was a $400 million donation to the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, and so I felt like it was just really a great time to go to Harvard and pursue an engineering degree.
Okay, stay here. One more over here. Talk about tonight. What did you guys learn as a team?
We learned that, you know, we got to keep fighting hard. You know, any team, we got to keep fighting hard, and we fight it hard. Coach came in the locker room, said he needed us to play better, and we did. We came out and we played better, you know. Can't take any team lightly, and we just came out and we just played hard.
All right, we're going to send it back to the set. We have two guys who are more athletic than I ever was in high school. A big night tonight for Tucker, and these are two of the guys responsible. Let's send it back over to the set. I know we got finals and more scores coming up.
Hey, tell them to get ready for some snow up there at Harvard. It's a serious
Get ready for
thing.
some snow. Jackie's warning you to get ready for some snow up there at Harvard. At Harvard, yeah.
All right, speaking of Tucker, we do have some love on social media. Look how cute this picture is. We got a little family here. AJ Mueller says, 1 week and 1 day old. Tucker getting to watch his first Tucker football game thanks to GPB Sports. Hashtag Go Tigers. That's so cute. Thanks, guys, for chiming in. Also, we have Monica P. says, GPB Sports. Chris Broadwater is a beast. That boy is good. Yeah, I think we would all agree there. Go Tucker, number 28. Guys, don't forget to find us on social media at GPB Sports. The app is free, so go to the App Store, type in at GPB Sports. On there, you can find scores from games all around the state of Georgia. If you consider yourself a high school football fan, this app is for you. Also, you can follow us on Snapchat. We can show you all the behind-the-scenes action happening here on set and at the game. So a lot to get plugged in with for us on social media. Now let's talk a little football. Let's go to the GPB Sports play of the game. Now, of course, Chris Broadwater, the guy of the night. But for me, the play of the game goes to Tucker with about a minute 42 left in the first quarter with a 65-yard touchdown pass from Garrett Rigby to wide receiver Joshua Van, who was completely wide open. As you can see there, that his 6th touchdown pass of the season, and really set the tone for the Tigers tonight, Mark. That's the GPB play of the game.
All right, thanks very much. Let's now check in with some scores from around the state on our Georgia EMC scoreboard, and some big ones to talk about and a lot of points being scored tonight. Grayson, second ranked in 6A, knocks off Berkmar, 70-6 your final score. Roswell trailed 3-zip. Roswell rallies back to win it 42-3. They're ranked 3rd in 6A. Archer is ranked 4th in 6A. They knock off Parkview, taking care of business 42-14. Mill Creek, still unbeaten, knocks off North Gwinnett 28-0. We will see North Gwinnett next week on Football Fridays in Georgia. We'll also see Norcross next week on Football Fridays in Georgia. And the Blue Devils knock off Duluth 47-0. Northside Warner Robins, top ranked in Class 5A, knocks off Greenbrier 44-6. It is Mays over Lovejoy right now, 31-4 that game in the fourth quarter. Top-ranked Cartersville in 4A knocks off Gilmer 51-6. It is Woodward Academy winning 20-10 over Eagles Landing Christian Academy, and Calhoun, ranked number 1 in 3A, knocks off Ringgold 60-3. And that'll wrap up our Georgia EMC scoreboard for right now. We're going to have more scores coming up in just a little minute with John Nelson. But first, a guest.
I know. We've got Phil Proctor joining us now. And you did some surfing stuff at Georgia Travelers, so he's going to fill us in on that. I've always wanted to go surfing, so you've fulfilled a lifelong dream of mine.
Okay, first of all,
I'm a little jealous, I gotta say.
Let me just give y'all a what's
All right, let a brother speak.
Former offensive lineman here. Yeah, sorry. You know Mark. He likes to.
Okay. So check
the
this out.
TV is his. I'm sorry.
We're sitting there having this conversation. All of a sudden, I get challenged. Like, how do you get into a 3-point stance? I like this girl. She got.
Yeah, I could take you. Come on.
Oh, we gonna work like that now. Okay. So you want to talk about surfing?
Yes. Tell me all about it.
All right. So growing up, I always saw all these surfing movies, and I always thought to myself, one day I might want to try that. Well, I went down to Tybee Island to the surf school, and just take a look.
Now these kids are taking lessons from the Tybee Island Surf School. I asked if I could join the class. After all, I did play football. How hard can it be?
This dude right here. This is the guy. So I hear you're our 9 o'clock.
And I hear you have the privilege of trying to teach me how to surf.
That's right, big Butter.
Butter, what's happening, my man?
Big Bird.
Big Bird! Oh, love it, man, love it. It's like if you're gonna have to learn how to surf, you wanna have people like Butter and Big Bird hanging out with you. Now, y'all know. You look at this.
Yes.
You're gonna put me on a surfboard and you're gonna teach me how to surf.
We're gonna make the miracle happen. All we need is just a good consorted attitude. We need that fun spirit. We need to make sure that we're out there on that water having a great time. So all we need to do in order to surf is just have fun.
I feel like I'm in good hands with these guys. Guess what? We getting ready to go surf. Let's do this thing!
All right, excellent.
While Big Bird goes and gets the campers ready, Butter and I began my first lesson on sand.
Okay, so we're gonna work on the 2 skill sets of lockout and pop up right now. Now, you're a former Gamecock. Do I have that correct?
You have that correct,
Absolutely.
sir.
Absolutely, okay.
Yes,
all right.
sir, representing.
So think about those springs or those 2-a-days in summer when Coach had you doing the up-downs. That's exactly what we're going to be doing now.
Buddy, you going to have me doing up-downs?
Hey, try not to freak out on me here, okay? No, those days never go away. We want to come to this lockout position, chest up off the board, grabbing the board with our toes. All right, can you show me that? Let's see if we can do it together. All right. Pop up. Right there, you got it. Okay, fantastic. So what I'd like you to do now is actually go ahead and draw out a surfboard in front of you. Put that nose out there. Nice and way out in front of you. There you go, just like that. Absolutely. And we've got our stringer right here. A stringer. Perfect. So our hands are on equal sides of that, and we're gonna lock out and we're gonna pop up, and we wanna try to put our feet perpendicular with the stringer. We don't want them over here on the rails. Right? We want them perpendicular on the stringer. All right. So point those toes towards that rail. Ready? Lock out. Pop up. Excellent. Yeah, you got it. Okay.
We're getting there.
Let's do it 2 more times.
Oh, man. Now I'm starting to feel it.
All right. Lock out. Pop up. Excellent. Yeah. Here we go. Last one.
Oh, yeah.
Ready? Here we go. Lock out. Pop up. You got it. You got it.
Man.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
All of a sudden, I have flashbacks of 2-a-days, and I'm breathing heavy. Man, I thought the sand lesson had me breathing heavy. But then I joined the campers and realized, whoo, that's only the beginning.
Get those shoulders loose. Small backward. Good. Butter. Big backwards. You guys ready to surf? Oh my gosh, you guys sound like you just woke up. Are you guys ready to surf? Yeah. Understand? In 3, 2, lock out, pop up. Good, one more. Lock out, pop up, hold it in stance. Hold it in stance.
Oh, I don't know how much more I got left.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.5, 1. Down.
That was a great workout. I didn't know I was going to get my aerobics in this early.
Come on now.
But you always take your kids through that warm-up.
Absolutely, got to get the heart rate going, have to loosen those muscles. There's also a component of this that's balance and flexibility. You know, and that's going to be universal for any sport that they play.
It's time to get like Phil on the board, I guess. I'm tired. I got to go. To get my board lesson, I met up with the big kahuna, Uncle Jimmy. Now, Uncle Jimmy is the founder of Tybee Surf School and the original owner.
One of the key elements to surfing is the center of gravity needs to be low. It's nice and low.
Nice and low. And I'm going to get down there, and then you're going to have to help me back up.
Well, I was just going to ask you for your hand. Okay,
Oh.
thank you.
Oh, return the favor early.
Paddling, here it comes. Okay, pop up. Oh my gosh, he is a natural. Okay, I think you got that. Let's go try getting wet.
So Uncle Jimmy takes my hand and off we go for the water. Everybody needs to take up surfing. That's the way to go. Woo! Gotta do it again.
I always knew that you were all wet, but hanging 10, that's looking pretty good.
What are you, 6'3"?
Yeah,
that's not bad for a former, football player.
275-pound light on my feet. Did you notice how I was
Light
like,
on your feet.
Yeah, did you notice that? You know the best part
we
about
noticed
it?
a lot, actually.
Ain't nobody asked you anything, okay? The funniest thing is they had the little campers that were on the other side, and they had been encouraging me. So the minute I got up, all I heard was, yeah! And I'm like, yeah, I know. And then I wiped out again.
Yeah, you had to hold that squat for quite a while.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I tell you what. Traveler, we do a lot of cool things, and you can catch us Thursday, 8 p.m. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure you tune in. Georgia, we got a lot to see, a lot to do, all right?
I love that you're not afraid to let us see the more human
Go ahead and
side
say
of you.
it.
Yeah,
the silly side of me.
The silly side of
See,
you. That
you
was
ain't got
fun.
to be all politically correct with me. So let's break it off like it really
I like
is.
having you here on a post-game show.
Oh,
It's fun.
stop. You're only saying that, but you're real.
That wasn't bad. That's pretty good.
All right, well, let's check in with John Nelson for more scores from around the great state of Georgia, John.
Must bite tongue, will not pursue. That last segment in particular. Let's tell you what's going on. Let's start things off. Pickens County, big win tonight for them. Pickens over Ridgeland, winning on the road, 17-10. Big win for Pickens tonight, so congrats to the Dragons and everybody up in Jasper. One game still going on. It's actually in the third quarter. Delayed an hour by a power outage. Creekview leading Cass by the score of 21-14. That's a third quarter score up in northwest Georgia. Other couple of things going on. Jonesboro with a big win over Griffin tonight. That's another one. And also Cambridge with a great win tonight over Kell. And a lot of folks are using the hashtag AIATT. So let's get on the social media train and figure out what AIATT is Cambridge football beat Kell tonight. And there is the big message. So hashtags are out, and so let's send it over to Jackie and Mark and figure out what all this hashtagdom is. And I'm just going to bite my tongue about that Phil Proctor segment. I'm not saying a word, guys. Back to you.
All right, John, thanks very much. Coming up on our GPB Football Fridays in Georgia post-game show, we'll have more scores from around the state, and we'll check in with you on social media.
And also, Phil Proctor will rejoin us, and we'll talk more Georgia Traveler nonsense and more when we get back to the GPB post-game show in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere.
They're my classmates. In 9th grade, there were 100 of us. That's me. Only 56 of us graduated high school. And only 37 of us decided to continue our schooling at 2- and 4-year colleges. Can you believe out of 37, only 9 finished? Guys, we can do better than that. Let's complete the picture.
Whether we hunger for power,
he's a dangerous man.
He knows what he wants, or yearn for love.
Tell me to stop.
Nothing tastes sweeter than the forbidden.
We are all India!
From Masterpiece, an epic new series, Indian Summers.
Sunday at 9 on GPB.
Each week, GPB brings you the latest in high school sports.
Hi again, everybody.
But we want to hear what you have to say. Tell us what's going on with your team. Share your favorite moments. Post your own pictures and videos. And let everyone know why your team will go all the way.
Anything is the best you've ever seen. You haven't seen a game until you've been to one of the games.
Just log on and like us on Facebook, where you can post comments, pictures, and videos to earn your own team bragging rights. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, too.
Right now I'm about 100 feet high, traveling at about 50 miles an hour, just thinking about where I should go next. If you have any ideas? Visit us on our Georgia Traveler Facebook page. Gotta go!
Welcome back to the Football Fridays in Georgia post-game show on GPB. We are live at a soggy and foggy Hallford Stadium, where the Tucker Tigers have defeated the Lions of ML King by a score of 44-6. And now let's check in with Jackie with a look at what everybody's talking about in the social media world.
A lot of people didn't have to sit here in the rain with us, so they were tweeting at us at GPB Sports. You can find us on social media like ATL Chick did. She says, "Go ML King. I'm so proud of my nephew, number 5. They did play really hard tonight, that's for sure." And then Timothy Howard says, "Watching the battle of the Cats, ML King Lions, and Tucker football, hashtag catfight, hashtag football Fridays." Guys, you can get connected with us on all social media platforms by going to the App Store. The app is completely free, so type in at GPB Sports. You can get caught up with all the scores from around the state of Georgia. Also tweet us, send us photos, tell us where you're watching the game from. And hey, the newest thing is Snapchat. I know you guys are on Snapchat. You can find us here at GPB Sports to see some of the behind-the-scenes action that happens here on set and at the game. So definitely get plugged in with us socially on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You know all the platforms. Mark, I know you know all the platforms, so that's the way to get plugged in with us. So now we're going to make a pit stop at the Heirloom Market Barbecue with Georgia Travelers David Zelski. That looks interesting. Take a look.
When you're going through magazines looking for the best barbecue in the South, quite often you'll find Heirloom Market. Now, what makes these guys unique? Well, they're a husband-wife team who have found a way to mix Georgia, Texas, and, of course, Korea.
She's from South Korea and I'm from Texas. We said, hey, we want to open up a place. I said, what do you think about doing barbecue? Because her favorite food is Southern American meat and three and barbecue. And I said, Chef Gion, how do you put a little bit of your flavor on our flavor?
All right, we made it to the kitchen. Cody, show me your artwork.
All right, today we're going to prepare the Hogfather pork sandwich. It's a little bit of a fusion combo sandwich that we do. This is going to be the Texas part of the sandwich, which is a all brisket cheddar wurst. We cook it really lightly because we don't want to melt the cheese completely out.
Got it.
So while that's going on, we do a double fried Korean tempura sweet potato. So it's actually the sweet potatoes everybody knows, the orange ones.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a lighter, crispier batter. So we fry that while we're doing the sausage. Drain it right there.
So there's more to it. I'm ready to eat it like that.
Up here on our carving station, which you can see as soon as you walk in the door, we have the pork shoulder. You get that crispy outside, outside slice. It's all about cooking time and temperature so you can actually slice pork and it doesn't just completely fall apart on you. People say Georgia doesn't have a style of barbecue sauce. They actually do. So we take all the bones out of the whole pigs that we get and we reduce it, make a stock, and then add a little bit of other things. It's a little bit spicy and a tiny bit sweet finish. It's very time consuming to make, roasting bones and and making sure you have enough of it. So this is the only sandwich that gets it. So you take the cheddar wurst, all beef, put it on there, okay?
It's already a tall sandwich and you're telling me it gets taller.
It gets taller.
All right.
Yeah, it gets taller. In Korean barbecue, they use this radish salad to help you digest. And we marinate it in a little bit of rice wine vinegar, sugar, and salt. It's so simple. So we put that on top. We also make our own kimchi pickles, which you'll find at Korean barbecue restaurants. We do that tempura sweet potato, because you need a little crunch, okay? And I like a little bit of onion on my barbecue because classically in Texas you have raw onion. Here we do green onion because we don't just want raw, red, or white because it overpowers the sandwich.
Yeah.
Then we top it, wrap it, and that is the Hogfather.
I love it. I love it. So the Hogfather to go. You know, I'm heading over to Saban. So,
Let me bag that up for you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Anything else you need me to bring over there?
I do have something on the smoker coming off. Little smoked kimchi bologna and nori hot dogs that we're going to be taking over to Soban.
Hey, I had quite a meal. I owe you that, so gas is on me. I'll take it over there, man.
All right, man.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So off to Soban, where this chef couple has simply flipped the script. Here, instead of Southern barbecue with a Korean flair, you get a Korean restaurant with a Southern twist.
How are you?
I got your bologna here.
Oh my God,
Chef
still
Cody.
warm.
Yeah, nice and warm.
Awesome.
Nice and warm, very juicy. I
Awesome.
can't wait to see what you do with it.
You're ready to go.
Still warm, yeah. Just came across town, 7585. Found my way here.
Ooh,
Oh my
look
goodness.
at that. Smell. So
I can-
smoky.
Yeah, I could smell it when you first opened.
Bologna. The Korean hot mustard.
Sweet wasabi Korean mustard.
Sweet wasabi Korean mustard.
Oh, this is looking so good.
Then we put the bologna. We always put generous amount. And then this is the key ingredients. This is our
Good
salad.
on its own,
This-
but even better with bologna.
And then you cut it. There you go.
Oh, look at that. This is sweet potatoes.
Sweet potato.
Okay.
With the sweet ginger
Oh, I can
glaze.
smell that. I can smell the ginger already. Now for the grand finale, kimchi bologna sandwich, Korean style with a southern flair. I think I'll start out Korean style. Ah, what the heck. I'm a Georgia boy. Check out more Georgia Traveler Thursdays on GPB.
Well,
You know-
great. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, you know, Jackie, these Traveler guys get to go to the best eating places in the entire state of Georgia.
And you were the photographer, the videographer for that shoot, so I hope that David let you have some of that.
That was a very tough shoot. I mean,
Yeah.
I was sitting up there trying to restrain myself, and all of a sudden it took a new twist on bologna. Because when
Yeah.
I was growing up now, and my buddy Sean understand what I'm saying, man, when we had bologna, it was like bologna. But what they were making, and the kimchi mixed in with it, it was just like, and the smoky flavor. Excuse me, I'm going to have a moment. Okay, I'm better
Me
now.
too. I'm hungry. You should have brought some of that with you. That was good.
Hang on.
Stop. Oh, you
No,
got some?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
You're
I was about
treating
to
on
say,
the way
you're
home,
really
right?
cool.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I told you, Mark, it's all for you, buddy.
That's
Oh,
right.
I was
That's
just
right.
sitting here. That's
Well, let's
okay.
check in with John Nelson. He's got more scores from around the state. John?
Bologna and kimchi, man, that is right field. All right, let's start things off. Upson-Lee over Baldwin, 29-21. Therrell beats Westminster tonight, an upset, 25-23. Big win for Therrell tonight as well. Peach County shutting out Rutland, 36-0 a final there. In GISA action, Gatewood over Flint River by the score of 15-6. It looked like Westside was going to overtime in Augusta, so that game was tied, and that was heading to free football as well. Also on the board, as I'm sitting here scanning, so if you haven't downloaded the GPB Sports app, download the GPB Sports app and you can play along. We can almost turn this into bingo. Here's a picture from, we talked about Jonesboro's night against Griffin and how Jonesboro got the big win. There's your look right there. Jonesboro celebrating their win over Griffin tonight. So a big win for the Cardinals, and they go to 5-1. So a lot of action going on. There are a couple of games still going on, a couple of overtime games in the Creekview game that was in the third quarter because of the electric delay, because somebody, maybe there was a plug that was out or something like that. So there was an electricity delay in Creekview and Cass. That one's in the third quarter, probably now in the fourth quarter. We've had a lot of big nights. Go to gpb.org/sports. Get your scoreboard there. Download the GPB Sports app on a phone like this one, and you can get all the information you need. I'm just glad that finally, by the time we did the post-game show, Jackie, I got to take this from around my phone and not use it and have to do things that way. Let's send it back over to the set for more stuff. See you
I
in a
don't
bit.
know why you're even using that plastic bag anyway. They do make
It
phone
worked.
covers these days, you know, John.
It
It's a little
worked.
too. I know that you like to be old school, but that's a little too old school. We need to have a fund for you. Somebody
Antique
needs
school.
to help you with
there,
the.
see, there you go. I like that.
We need
Crowd
a
fund
phone case or something
a
for you,
phone
not a
case
plastic bag.
for John, so he's out here. Hey, I look at it as being resourceful and MacGyvering my way through the night.
Yeah, well, we all feel really sorry for you. Anyway, Let's get to our social media hits. We have some people chiming in. This is Mill Creek football coach says this is the final score. I don't know if you can really see that. 28-0 final score from North Gwinnett. Guys, we really want you to get plugged in with us because we have a lot of fun on social media. So you can find us at GPB Sports on Facebook, Twitter. We're also on Instagram. And then the newest thing is Snapchat. But most importantly, our app at GPB Sports, which you can download for free from the App Store, gives you scores from around the state. So not just here or wherever we are broadcasting live from on that particular Friday night. You can keep up with the scores from all around the state of Georgia, all of the big games, all of the big matchups. That's going to come in really handy as we get closer and closer to the playoffs and to, of course, the state championships in December. It's free, and you can also stream the game that we are broadcasting from live from the app. So if you have to go out to get the mail or if you have to go to the grocery store, you can keep up with the game through the GPB Sports app. So make sure you download it. It's free. No excuses if you consider yourself a high school football fan. Mark, that will do it for social media.
You could sell ice to an Eskimo, I think. I'm going to go buy that myself or download it myself. That wraps up tonight's coverage of Week 6 of high school football and season here on Georgia Public Broadcasting's Football Fridays in Georgia. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. GPB is looking forward to broadcasting games all the way to the state championship in December, on December 11th and 12th. So next week, we are off to Gwinnett County. We're at Norcross, where the North Gwinnett Bulldogs will come in to take on the Norcross Blue Devils, a big region rival, and it is going to be a dandy. The All Access Pass kicks off at 7 o'clock with kickoff for the game at about 7:30. So until next time, have a great week, and so long, everybody.
We hope that you've enjoyed our show. Thanks, John, for taking me. I was going to say so long, everybody. So long, everybody.
So long.
This is a GPB original production.